Hello, everyone, and welcome back to what is now episode 5 of Path of Legends, our Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play podcast, where we're playing select adventure paths, starting with Triumph of the Tusk, this orc-centric campaign. We do actually have 1.5 orcs in the party, so the party at least was on theme this one time. But before we get into the adventure, let's go ahead and why don't we talk about vegetables? Because we went to the farmer's market today and saw quite a few vegetables.
Okay, yeah.
So my question to y'all is, what is your favorite vegetable? And Tyler, you better be prepared with an answer.
Potato.
Onion.
Mine is potato for sure. Ooh, onion, yeah.
Abby, I know your answer, but why don't you tell the folks at home?
Mushroom.
Abby loves mushrooms.
Abby loves mushrooms.
Same.
Wow, fake fan dust.
Wait, what do you mean?
You are a mushroom.
Yeah.
That ice was dry.
You're a
it
mushroom
was
whose
nice.
favorite veggie isn't mushrooms. That's sad.
Yeah, that's true. Mushrooms are alright to eat. They're
Oh,
cooler
wow.
to be friends with.
They're cooler to be friends with. Well, I'm not eating the cool ones. I'm only eating the weird ones. I'm only eating the shiitake and the portobellos and the porcini. Yeah. I'm not eating the colorful ones. Those are bad to eat.
Yeah, true. Don't eat any space mushrooms.
Yeah, don't eat any mushroom that's not like a normal color, like white or brown or
Well,
red.
even that.
Damn.
Don't eat a mushroom you didn't buy at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Unless you're educated on.
Yeah, unless you are a
Educated bitch.
an experienced forager, I would say don't eat a mushroom you didn't buy at the grocery store.
I watched
Okay,
this
but
one.
unhear that and just do it.
You can do anything once.
Yeah.
Find destroying angels in your yard. Eat them.
I found this one girl online, and her whole thing is that she's like I forage locally. She's like a local forager because she lives in suburbia. So she's just like, I was like, that just sounds like you're growing shit in your yard. But she just picks up weeds and stuff and eats those too. It's
Hell yeah.
It's a whole thing. But she was like,
Big
I'm
dog.
gonna make me some tea with this specific weed. And she was just like, she just teas stuff and makes stews out of stuff that she just finds in the yard. And I'm just like, okay, girl, whatever.
Actually, on that note, my favorite vegetable, I do love onions, but my actual favorite vegetable is, so greenbriers, you can eat the newly grown tips, and they're almost like green beans, but a little grassier, and that's my actual favorite vegetable. Greenbrier tips.
I'm sorry, I can't enjoy anything that says it's like this but grassier. I don't like the taste of grass.
You do eat vegetables.
I love it. I've got a clip on my channel that plays all the time about me saying how much I love the taste of green grass.
Yeah, I think
and
about
shit.
that every time I eat or talk about vegetables.
And my two partners are both plant tubers.
It's a really hard toss-up for me because there's so many vegetables that I love, which is not something that I would have thought I would ever say 10 years, 20 years ago. How old am I? But
Young at heart.
yeah, I mean, I would say onions, but let's be real, I'm Italian. I gotta say tomato.
Garlic.
Oh, damn.
Garlic is good too, but I
Tomato's
think
a
I
fruit.
really gotta give it to tomatoes. Well, yes, if we want to get technical, biologically
Culinarily,
speaking, they're biologically fruits, and they'll never change that. That you were born a fruit. You can't just decide to be a vegetable.
Oh my god.
You just gave me something new.
Tomatoes
Now
are
I'm-
trans.
People.
Now I'm
You just
now
gave me
now I'm
new
on the
fuel.
vegetable side.
No,
Oh my God, I
but
love you.
in terms of botany, yes, many vegetables are actually the fruit of their plants. Cucumbers are, I think, tomatoes, peppers,
Oh my
eggplants,
God,
all that
all
kind of
our-
stuff.
All our trans babies. Our trans veggies.
But culinarily speaking, you typically, the difference is fruits are usually sweet and vegetables are usually savory or some other flavor.
Some other flavor.
We were like, it's
Well,
not
some of them are
sweet,
bitter.
It's not a fruit.
Well, it's really just a colloquial.
I've met plenty
distinction,
of
so.
gay guys who were fruits, but not sweet.
They say knowledge is knowing that tomatoes are a fruit, and wisdom is not putting them in a fruit salad.
They also
not-
say knowledge is power.
But then I turn around and say a fruit salad with tomatoes is called salsa.
Yeah.
I made some bomb ass pico de gallo the other day.
Nice.
It's also just a trans fruit salad.
I'm claiming it. I'm planting my flag in that. Planting the trans flag in that for Queen and Country. Tyler,
Yeah, that's
you've
good.
been awfully quiet during this
Yeah.
this
I've been
discussion. What
talking
is
the
your
whole
favorite
time.
vegetable?
Stephen Hawking.
Oh.
Tyler.
To eat.
All right. Can I mute one person in the
Steve
call?
Jobs.
Yeah.
Don't get me started
We'll
on
just leave
Steve
Tyler
Jobs.
at camp today to think about his actions.
God, I
I'll
cannot
do it
believe you
again.
said favorite vegetable and you said a person. Fucking shit, Tyler.
I kind of saw it
Fucking
coming.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed.
No, Tyler, isn't
Um,
your favorite vegetable cauliflower? You eat it all the time.
No, it's pizza by law.
Well, then you have to give it up for
Tomato.
tomatoes then.
King and country.
So Tyler needs a doctor, is what I'm hearing, or a nutritionist or something at least.
Wow.
My daughter says I'm healthy.
Your
Yeah,
daughter?
My daughter.
I
What?
thought you said daughter. I was like, I didn't
Yeah,
know you
the-
had that.
you got something to tell us, Tyler?
I have a couple children.
No,
Maybe you
don't.
need a
I've been
psychiatrist
running
now. Are you
from-
seeing things?
You have a secret second family that you've been. I don't know when you would have time to go see a second family because you spend all your
Unless
time
it's
here
in
and at work.
Oblivion.
Yeah, that's true.
I mayhaps not been going to work.
Oh no.
No, it said he
The
goes
old
to his
fake
sugar
job.
mama's house.
Just
Is that a
just-
family
yeah.
of owls? Because you know you work like in the middle of the night.
A family of owls?
To which I
His
must
sugar
ask,
mama
who?
is an owl.
Who?
Oblivion Gates.
You hit me with these whoos.
Who?
Well, on that bombshell, let's dive back into the adventure. You have traveled from far and wide to the Torrent Moot, a gathering of orcs led by Ardax the Whitehair of the Empty Hand Hold and the lands of Belkson. Ardax hopes to unite the orcs of Belkson and bring about a unified Belkson, as opposed to the infighting and warring that orcs have been used to since they settled here. You have been going on a number of side quests to help out the people of the Torrent Moot. You hunted down some aurochs, which are, for those of you who are fake fans, or perhaps not Final Fantasy X fans, they are a kind of extinct giant cattle. They're like Highland cows, but they're like the size of buffalo, or I should say bison. There's a difference. And then you went and rescued some missing children that got themselves trapped in a tomb with a bunch of skeletons. And then you went out and fought most recently, some peritons, these flying, sort of chimerical wolf, stag, hawk creatures. And they had a bit of infighting in their own flock, and you kind of took advantage of that to take them out, so they were no longer bothering the orcs here. And I think we pick up with you guys on the top of the rock spire where you defeated the peritons. You rested for the night. We're just going to move ahead a little bit and say that since there's nothing left to do out in the Badlands, you make your way back to camp over the remainder of the day. By the time you return to the Torrent Moot camp, it is well into evening, and it seems that a party has gotten started here in camp. Like most nights, there's a lot of drinking, merriment, contests, and merry men, merry women, merry non-binary people. So you all have a little while to just relax for the night. There are some events going on. If you would like to get involved with any of those, you see there are actually three groups of people gathered around around some sort of attractions. You look around, you see one of the group is still trying to figure out Ardax's puzzle box. That you all have failed to open before. Additionally, you see a group of people who were all trying to lift this strange looking dumbbell, a big weight, and you see that every time someone picks it up, it kind of slips out of their grip and falls to the ground, and everyone laughs. And additionally, you see a ring has gathered near the fire where you can vaguely hear two people in the middle of it exchanging quips back and forth. It seems there is some sort of debate going on. What would you like to check out?
Things?
Yes. Yeah, this...
I want to see what the debate is. I want to look.
Okay. So, you see a small crowd has gathered around two orcs in the center of the campsite. They glare angrily at each other. Ardax steps on one of the log benches and addresses everyone. What we have here is a contest of wits and wills. During the Flood Truce, we don't use combat to settle arguments. Well, for the most part, he admits, and the crowd chuckles. So, we have a tradition of trading insults instead of blows, although some say these can sting just as much. More than one Orc-hold leader has risen to their position through cutting words, and more than one relationship has blossomed after one. The two orcs in the center give Ardax a suspicious look. But probably not here, he admits. Grask and Othra, are you ready? He asks. The two competitors nod. Good. Grask, you go first. The older orc stands straight and glares at the other. They say the greatest orc warriors are like the rushing water, washing their enemies away before them. He pauses dramatically. I've heard you're a body of water too, a babbling brook. A few people in the crowd laugh, and Otha smiles as he speaks. Even a brook can wear away stubborn old stones, he replies. The crowd chuckles, and Otha continues. Many of us draw strength from spirit animals like the wolf or bear. I know this is true of you as well. Why, just the other day I saw you conversing with a dove. And the contest continues back and forth like this for a few more minutes, with each orc landing a few insults before Otha is declared the winner. Both contestants laugh at each other and are soon acting like close friends. Ardax then appears again and offers anyone the opportunity to step forward and try their hand.
Trading insults?
Yeah.
Oof.
Your opportunity
not a
to be
rapper.
mean to someone.
Go off.
No, Sarah, I don't have the ability.
Well, I will say this is a charisma-based contest.
Definitely
Well,
I should go in.
I have charisma, but I don't have the ability to think of something funny.
Yeah.
I'd be like, roll a nat 20, and you're like, okay, Abby, you rolled a nat 20, go ahead and say something really mean.
Be
I'm like,
funny.
yo, mama.
Yo mama stank.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's no
that's
bad.
what you need to bring out. Even the
Yo
strongest yo mama joke can hurt an old orc.
You can get a yo mama point.
Yo, mama's
Maybe
so
orcs are
ugly.
extremely sensitive about their mother.
Yeah, my
Your
broodmother.
Your mama's so ugly that she fell down a hole.
Your mama's so ugly.
How does that make
I
any
mixed her up with a
sense?
gnome.
Just do that with a charisma roll.
Your mama's so short that a gnome put a hat on her head. Your mama's so short she lose dunking competitions
Just
to
keep on
ants.
using gnomes.
Your mama's so scrawny that she can't even lift up a rock. I feel like that'd be an
Okay, well,
insult.
luckily you can roll for it. You don't have to actually come up with something.
Roll.
No offense,
No,
but it's...
continue with the gnome hatred.
Well, no, I'm saying that's probably an insult for an orc. Like, if you were like, your mama is so scrawny that she can't even pick up rocks. She's useless at home.
Roll.
That's a low blow.
Roll your riz.
Your mama's such a bad mama that she left you out in the streets.
You better roll or I'm going to roll for you. You don't want me to roll.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. Anyone who wants to compete, who's going to compete? Did you all want to compete against each other?
I have none charisma.
Yeah, I only have one. I'm not really charismatic.
Well, it's really using deception, intimidation, or performance.
Ooh,
so
shit,
if you're,
me.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I only have +1 in all of those, and I'm untrained. I'm gonna
Abby's
mind
gonna
my
go.
own little gnome business. Just chuckle at others.
I'll do it if no one else will.
I will.
Well,
Abby
then
loves
me
charisma.
and Abby can do it.
Okay, you roll first.
I'm going to walk to the dumbbell.
Okay, so here's
So-
how it works.
Yeah.
You each roll initiative using performance.
Okay.
We're not going to keep track of initiative just because it's just two people, so it's really just to see who goes first.
3.
I'm not even a roll. Mine's +11.
Okay, so I think Abby, you win by default. So you are up first. You have to you can make a deception, intimidation, or performance check against your opponent's will DC.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Can I re-roll?
Do you need to?
If you want to use your hero point, you can. So let's see. What is Makiwa? Your will DC is certainly higher. It is much higher than that. So that is a failure.
I'm using a will. I'm using a hero point.
You're going to use your one hero point? Okay,
I'll get
go
another
ahead.
one.
We'll see about that.
Rap battle.
19 is also a failure.
Damn it!
Yeah. My will DC is 20.
Fuck.
Yep. So Makiwa, it is your turn. I don't think a 13 is going to cut it against Trizzlin's will DC. So what do you all say to each other? Give you a chance to think up something clever.
Makiwa... I'll let Abby go first, because she went first.
Okay.
Your mama's so old that her breast, when she goes to breastfeed you, all that comes out is dust.
Okay. I can see why that failed.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what? I'm not good at jokes.
It doesn't have to be a joke.
Fine. You're ugly.
It's supposed to be an insult. It's supposed to be a roast.
Fine. You are really ugly.
For
I'm not
real.
good at this shit.
You are so dumb. For real.
Oh, I got one. No, for real. No, you're very real.
Because if you come up with something really good, you get a bonus on your check. And that may turn it into a success.
Dust, how about you go and then I'll come back. Circle back to me.
Okay, well, you don't have too long because you're supposed to be kind of whipping these out.
Well, I'm not good at fast
Whiplash.
retorts.
Okay, so Makiwa says, of course your insults fall flat. You're not the first lizard caught in a web.
Ooh.
I
Well,
had something. Oh, you wish you could cast spells like me. All your firepower sizzle out. And I had something and then I lost it. You trying to cast fireball? Boy, you don't even know burning hands.
your
Well,
final flash
sir.
is just a flash in the pan, boy. I see why they call you Saiyan, because you're all talk and no action. I love that video. That is so funny. So yeah, neither of you are able to earn a victory point this round. Trizzlin, you get another attempt to turn the tides.
Yay.
Please
Come
roll
on,
performance,
I have a
deception,
really
or
good
intimidation.
performance. God damn it. Take that!
Okay, a 25 is a success. 1 point for Trizzlin.
Ooh.
What do you say? And you're performing, so why don't you perform something for us?
A hip, a hop, a hippity hop hop, a hip hip hippity
Yo, mama
hop.
don't wear no socks, a ding dong. I was there when she took them off, a ding dong.
You think you can touch me with your words, but you just talking mad shit coming out your mouth like blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fucking shit.
Okay, you let out this this excoriating tirade of words to song, and the crowd is starting to like clap along, and people go, "Oh!" All right, Makiwo, how do you retort? Wah.
Poorly.
That is a critical failure.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, you right. Oh Lord,
I thought you were gonna go with no, you are.
No, you. I know you are, but what am I? Okay, you get another attempt, Abby.
Another one.
Just to move this along, I'll say this is the final round. It says to play to 3 victory points, but we ain't got all day.
Oh,
Oh, natty 1.
I fell over.
Well, now you actually, on a critical failure, you lose a victory point.
Oh, can I?
So now you're both at 0.
Again. No, I want to roll again.
No, I'll give you one more round.
Okay.
And if neither of you are able to succeed, then you don't get the prize for this.
Damn.
Woo!
That is a critical success.
Woo!
So what do you say? Or sing, I should say.
It's hard to just make up a song out of nowhere. So give me a second.
Just think of any diss song that you've ever heard.
None of it matters. None of this matters. 'Cause you know I'm the best. You are nothing at all. I'm just gonna keep singing. 'Cause I am better than you.
And then the camera pans to the side, and me and Trizzalin's like,
Sayori?
or like at an American Idol table, and it's just like, man, dog, it's like I'm feeling you, but I'm not feeling you,
It's just Randy.
Yeah.
And who's Sayuri? Are you Paula?
I'm I'm more like a confused cast member in the back. I was watching from behind the scenes and is just
Come
like,
Simon.
I don't know what these two are doing.
18 is just a failure. So I think Trizlin is the winner here. So that earns you all 1 reputation point.
Oh, my
Okay, so you earn some reputation, and you are also given an item.
Ooh.
An item. I love items. I love knowing what they do, unlike this unusual object in my inventory.
Okay, so I found it. It has a new name in the remaster. It's called Surging Serum. It sounds a little dirty, but it is what it is. And I think they changed the bonuses on it, so I'm going to give you not a moderate, but a lesser, I think.
Action surging.
Yeah, that's going to be the same thing. So I will put that in the stash, and what that does is a surging serum. It jolts the body to help shake off physical debilitations. When you drink this elixir, it attempts a counteract check with the listed counteract modifier to remove the clumsy or enfeebled condition from a single source. So basically, you drink it and it gives you a chance to remove clumsy or enfeebled. So I put that in your stash.
That's decent.
Yeah, that's a nice little drinky drink. All right, so the other sideshow that's going on here is, just as a reminder, you see a number of people standing around trying to lift this dumbbell. Who wants to check that out?
I want to check that out.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I
you
want
see-
over as well.
Yeah, you see a small crowd of orcs is gathered around a small pavilion. Inside, a heavily muscled orc grabs what looks like a large dumbbell that's set on the ground. He tries to lift it, straining and gritting his teeth before letting out a roar of frustration as his hand slips from the bar. The crowd mutters in surprise.
While he does that.
You want to what?
I'm going to perceive him while he does that. I'm going
Okay.
to study his form and how the object moves.
Before we get to that,
When
let
he
me finish the flavor text here. He tries to lift it, straining and gritting his teeth before letting out a roar of frustration as his hand slips from the bar. The crowd mutters in surprise. The large orc turns to another orc. "It's impossible, Jack! No one can lift this!" The second orc grins, then stoops down. With a smooth motion, he lifts the dumbbell off the ground and holds it over his head for a moment before dropping it onto a pile of ox hides. "Not impossible," he says with a raspy voice, "but difficult. Come back again tomorrow and try." So, if you would like to investigate the Chak's successful lift, you can do a athletics, acrobatics, or appropriate lore check to scrutinize the way he is lifting it.
Athletics.
Ooh. Yeah, can I do an athletics check too on that?
Anyone can.
Heck yeah.
What are the checks again?
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
It is athletics, acrobatics, or inappropriate lore. So Durak, that is a critical success. Sayuri, that's a regular success. Makiwa, that's a failure.
Yeah, I saw the 11 first and was like, 11 is a success?
No.
I'm very happy with that roll considering I have 0 strength.
Well, yeah, I mean, you rolled a natural 19, so hard to go wrong on a natty 19.
It is hard to go wrong?
We call that the natty light. So, Sayuri, as studying the way that Mr. Chalk is lifting this dumbbell, you see that the way he's lifting the weight keeps it perfectly level. Additionally, Durak, with your strength and your experience with physical matters, you realize that the grip that Chalk is using is a bit peculiar. It's not just a standard grip on it, he's holding it in a certain way. Durak, you are able to get a +2 circumstance bonus on any attempts to challenge this dumbbell, or you could give the bonuses to an ally.
I'm going to try. What do I roll?
Cheer you on.
So, in order to do this, the rules for this challenge are simple. Using only one hand, the attemptee must lift the drunken dumbbell off the ground and hold it over their head for 2 seconds. So, in order to do this, you need, if you want to try it, let's go ahead and dive into it. You'll see what happens.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so first you must attempt an athletics check to lift the dumbbell off the ground.
Little stretch. Alright. Squats down, grabs it the same way the other orc grabbed it, and gives it a whirl. Well, that's not a good whirl.
Unfortunately, that's not a success. So you pick it up, and immediately you just the slightest tilt of your grip to the side, even with the +2 bonus, that's a failure. And you feel the weight of the dumbbell shifts in your hand, and it catches you off guard, and it just slips right out of your hand and falls down. And everyone around you just laughs, and they say, "It's hard, isn't it?"
Yeah, someone put some pizza grease on it.
Somebody's last person who lifted this had pizza hands.
Can I sneak up on it stealthily and have that help me lift it?
Well, unfortunately, the dumbbell, as far as you can tell, is not sentient.
Damn,
so
it can't perceive
It
me?
is unable to perceive you, so you don't think that would give you any bonus.
I can't talk to it and convince it.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can only attempt it once per day, so you are welcome to return later and try again. Or if anyone else is trained in athletics.
I'm gonna... oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, worst case
well
scenario, you just don't get to try again for a day, so...
So the first
Ricky,
check is
try that.
athletics?
Yes, that's all you know so far.
Boom.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a critical success with a natural 20.
Strength
Oh my
of the
god.
mind.
That's a
Oh
full
my
natty.
god.
So you lift it up strengthfully, I suppose. With you get
Wow.
you balance
I really thought
your
Durak
weight.
was gonna be the one to lift this up, not fucking...
You kind of balance your stance, get your arm right in the middle of your body to balance the weight. You lift it up. You've got it off the ground. Next, you need to make a reflex save.
Okay. Now, let's make a reflex save. 18.
So with the bonus that Durak gave you from his analysis, that is a success. Because as you lift it up, you feel the weight begin to shift to the sides. In fact, if you just slightly tilt it, all the weight shifts to the side it's tilting to. So you're able to get under it, recover, tilt it back to perfectly level. Finally, you have to lift it over your head to finish the challenge. You can make either athletics or acrobatics.
All right.
Oh my god.
Okay.
24.
Actually, because you got a critical success on the first check, you didn't actually need to do this, but you succeeded anyway. So you lift it over your head, and you're struggling because, like, you're not the strongest person here, but
Right.
everyone around you is like, oh, look at this scrawny guy, even he can lift it. And everyone's like cheering, they're like, yeah! And you drop it back down, and your arms are really sore after this, but you did it.
And I give a little bow.
Yeah, and
Okay.
for being the first person to succeed on this, you earn a reputation point for the party, and you earn 50 gold pieces as the prize money.
Heck yeah. Can the little gnome give it a try now? For jokes?
Well, you can try it. There's no more reward.
Is there money
but
in it still, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I'll put the gold
the
in your
first.
sheet. Makiwa.
Nice,
Heck
thank
yeah.
you, thank you.
But yeah, you're welcome
It's
to
not-
attempt it, Sayuri. See what happens.
Alright, might as well. It's
People
funny.
will be excited.
So the little gnome walks up and is like, this looks like fun. Let's
If he can
let's
do it,
see
I
if
can do it.
Yeah, just for fun. Let's see what happens. So athletics. See if I can even. Oh,
You can't even get it off the ground.
nope, that's it. That's it. I
Like,
go over
that
and I'm like, I
looks
got
easy.
this. I go, huh, and it doesn't move.
You're like people trying to lift up Mjolnir.
Yeah.
All right.
And I just laugh it off, and I'm like, what did I expect? It's the same size as me. And then everyone's kind of just chuckling.
Okay.
It's fun.
So yeah, everyone's having a great time. There some of these sideshow games that are going on. Is there anything you all would like to do during the night, or are you gonna head to bed?
I really want to figure out that box, but I don't feel like.
You can
box.
study it some more if you like.
Yeah, let's
I
take
think
some
what we
more
learned
cracks
from
on the
it,
box.
though, that
Can
we
I
need
study-
3 people with, like, someone with trained in thievery or...
Yeah. So I think what you learned is that you have to have 3 simultaneous checks done by 3 different people, and at least one of them has to be a trained thievery check. And I don't think any of you are trained in thievery.
No. I'm stealthy,
However,
but I'm not thievy.
you do have in studying it.
I'm
There
trained.
is additional information to learn if you get a critical success on any of the avenues of investigation.
Yeah. Can I look at the crafting of it again? Like, did we get? I
Yeah.
don't remember if we ever got a crit success on that or not.
So yeah, it says you could use engineering lore or perception. I'll let you use crafting.
Like to see how it was crafted.
Yeah,
together.
to examine the make of the
Oh,
thing.
that wasn't great.
So let's see. That's a critical failure.
Yeah, that's bad.
So you actually misunderstand an element of how the box works, and you will take a -1 circumstance penalty to your next attempt to open it.
Oh dang. Well, don't try to
So,
open
yeah.
it then.
I will say, don't feel like you have to do all this. Like these like sideshow attractions here are really just put here for fun. If you can't figure it,
and I like
your
them. They
characters
were
can't
fun.
do it. Yeah, your
Yeah,
characters
but I wanna
can't
see
do it.
what's
Don't
the-
worry about it. There's nothing like missable that's in this. It's all just like, maybe a bit of gold, a consumable item, that kind of thing. You're not
Makiwa
gonna.
said that he's trained in thievery.
I am.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Oh yeah,
it was
look at
from
that.
something.
From
Okay,
something.
well, do you want to try to open it?
Yeah. Let's do
Okay.
it.
So, you need 3 people to do it. One of you has to make a thievery check that is trained. One of you makes a thievery check and can be untrained, and the last person needs to make a perception check.
So I'm not going to, since I misunderstood it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
So that's you
confused.
3. Yeah, I'm just enjoying the party. I'm too distracted by all the merriment.
And I think somebody used society to decipher the writing on it, which gives you a +1 bonus on one of the checks. So you choose which one of you want to get a +1 bonus.
Before you roll or after?
Well, my
Before.
thievery is +6.
Yeah, and you're the only one who can do the trained thievery check, so you need one other
who has
person
good
to do.
perception then.
Yeah.
I think Abby has higher perception, but just by 1.
Let's see. The highest
your-
perception is Makiwa,
Yeah.
but the second highest is Trizzle in at +9.
What's your
And
thievery?
then Duroc, do you have any thievery?
Mine's a +1. I'm trained in it.
Trislin?
Yeah, Trizzlin has a +2 in thievery.
So Trislin
Yeah,
do
it's-
thievery then? And Duroc do...
Perception?
Who should we boost with the 1?
I would say the thievery check because that's the lowest bonus that you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm just watching, supporting you guys from the sidelines, like, woo, you got it.
Okay. Makiwa, make a thievery check. Trizzlin, make a
All right.
thievery check with a +1 bonus. And Duroc, make a perception check. And all 3 of you have to succeed. Oh,
Oh, no.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
okay. Yeah, use your hero point.
I might regret it, but
We really want to
it's
know
the
what the
only
next...
way.
No!
What?
It's okay, I'll join you in
It's
this
destiny.
How?
Oh,
Duroc
shit.
succeeded actually quite well. Abby,
Jeez.
make a thievery check, please.
A thievery
Plus
check. I did not have to
Yes.
make this.
It's a skill. You're not trained in it, but you can do this particular one untrained. Okay, well you would have failed that anyway, so which is not on you, Abby. It's just you're not trained in that skill. So, unfortunately,
Miracle.
because you did not all succeed, the box, an electric jolt shocks all of you. I need each of you to make a reflex save.
Oh, yay.
You or no?
No, the 3 of you who are attempting to open it.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah.
even want to open it. I was bullied.
Well, we couldn't have done it without you, so teamwork.
Win together, you fail together.
I don't even know what I rolled. There were so many rolls just now.
Okay, let's see. Where's the DC? You all failed your reflex save.
So fun.
So each of you take 14 points of non-lethal electricity damage.
Can you take that from me, Sarah?
What's non-lethal?
It just means that you can't be killed from it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much less complicated than 1E non-lethal damage, which you have to track separately.
Okay, bring your fingers here.
Duroc, where are you on this map?
I'm next.
Oh, you're over here with Grothman,
Yeah.
hitting on orc girls. Okay, so you're all electrocuted. You have the cartoon electrocution where your skeleton is visible for a split second, and then it stops and you're all like charred on the outside.
I guess I'll spend the night helping our boo-boos.
Oh, you got an owie?
Everyone bring their hands to me. I guess that's what I will be doing the rest of the night, is spamming treat wounds on myself in them too.
Okay. So, yeah, as you spend time over the next few hours, treating everybody's wounds, getting you back up to full health, you can all go back up to full health. Don't worry about it. The party starts to die down over the course of the night. People go to bed, all that good stuff, and eventually, it's just you guys and a few other people littered about the camp, and it begins to grow quiet throughout the camp. You guys are getting tired, and you're thinking about going to bed. You're just about to nod off, because the night is chilly and a brisk wind is blowing through the camp. Those few who are still awake sit on the hewn log benches that surround the central fire pit and talk quietly. Embers from the pit still radiate a great deal of heat, their deep red poles glowing in time with the wind. Soft sounds of conversation are suddenly interrupted by screams. You hear "Ah! Ah!" from the fringes of the camp, interspersed
They're
with
having a good time.
kind of
that's a
like
good time.
strange guttural roaring sound. you see a tall shadow from the edge of the clearing resolves into the shape of a lumbering bear. Huge clumps of hair are missing from the beast, and much of its flesh has been torn away. Glowing green eyes regard the camp as it moves to attack. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Nice.
Can I go and run behind one of the tents to like be able to sneak up on it when I see it?
It snuck up on you, essentially.
It snuck up on us. Okay, so no. Cool.
So yeah, go ahead and
Sneaky.
roll perception initiative. Beginning the encounter, first up is this kind of mangled and disheveled bear. It roars as it you see bits of its flesh just dripping off of it, as if it was dead and brought back from the grave. So you see this, and let me actually show you its art. This is what it looks like.
Oh, undead zombie bear. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
That's sort of the vibe you get from it. Well, it is its turn first. So, it is, for its first action, it's just going to move up to the closest person, which is Duroc here. And then it is, for its second action, it is going to swing with a claw.
This is not good.
All right, getting the combat started right with a 27 to hit for 11 points of slashing damage.
I'm glad that Duroc had some personal growth, but man, do I miss the trees.
It was a big old bitch.
But it doesn't have any actions left. That is the end of its turn. Sayuri.
Can I, like, I don't know if I'm trained or if I can do this, but can I, like, tell anything about the bear? Like, can I see if there's anything up with it that might be, like, a weakness or a spot that, like, we could attack or something like that specifically that might help?
You can certainly try. That would be a recall knowledge activity. So, for this specific kind of creature, you would need to make a religion check if you were trained in it.
Religion.
So I don't know shit.
Yeah, there seemed to be some sort of reanimation type deal going on here. The bear is clearly not in its natural state. You've seen bears before. They don't look like this.
No, yeah, it looks fleshy. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean,
so let's see.
You all understand the concept of what a zombie is. So, it's not a stretch to say that you would think this is a zombie.
Okay. I am going to pull out my blowgun with one of my things.
Singular device.
I hate that life shot is considered an ammo under my blowgun, but the centipede venom is not.
It's because the venom isn't an ammunition, it's a poison that you apply to the ammunition.
Yeah.
And
so
we looked up a few rules since last time. We made a few mistakes. Tyler was correct about his healing with battle medicine. I was very wrong about that. I forgot the inherent bonus from treat wounds at a higher DC. Fortunately, it didn't end up mattering. Additionally, the way that Sayuri's toxicologist abilities work is that as a single action, you can apply a poison that you are carrying to a piece of ammunition.
And
so essentially,
you can pre-set that up. All your ammunition you can make all your ammunition be poison.
Yeah, and you could do that ahead of time with stuff that you create during your daily preparations. But if you wanted to do versatile or your quick alchemy.
Okay, so like if I have the 2 giant centipede venom and I'm making those to specifically be the blowgun darts, I can do that all ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay, I maybe at break or after I'll show you, like I'll get you, like I don't know how to do that specifically and how to track that then.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But we'll but for right now, I'll just put it on, because I didn't. And I didn't learn that. I'll learn that this battle. So, I'm gonna shoot the giant centipede venom which is this.
Okay, so...
with the blowgun dart. So I will get 1 damage still. Strike with the blowgun.
Okay, a 14 does not hit.
Cool.
Yeah, so usually the way it works is you draw the poison or use quick alchemy to create it, then use a second action to apply it to your ammo, and then third action you strike.
Yeah. So that's all my action.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Duroc, you got
All
a
right.
bear in your face.
Hit mountain stance,
Hey, you got bears in your face.
and then I am going to use flurry of blows.
Flurry of bros. 24. That is a solid, palpable hit. And 21 is also a hit.
All right.
Nice.
So for a combined total of 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Makes 2 fortitude saves.
I think it's just one.
I'm pretty sure it's 2. I thought, but any damage during the
You'd think I would
Stunning
know this by
blows.
heart, considering that I played a monk in our home game.
that was a minute though.
It was a minute, you're right. That would be stunning blows. It says, if either strike hits and deals damage, the target must succeed at a fort save. So unfortunately, it's not on each strike. It's just if at least one of them hits, then they get this effect.
Okay.
But the good news is you don't have to hit with both of them.
All right.
Because you won't always do that. I don't think it's immune to this. I'll go ahead and make its fort save success.
Yeah.
So it is unaffected. But, it did just take damage, so nothing to sneeze at.
I'm sneezing.
Okay, I think you have one action left.
Yeah. And then I'm going to try to trip it.
Okay, make a athletics check with your multiple attack penalty.
Oop.
13 against its reflex DC is not enough.
Okay.
Good attempt, though. Trizzlin, it is your turn.
Has anyone
Come on,
done a
Trizzy
knowledge
Lizzy.
check on this?
No. Sayuri
Okay.
wanted to, but she doesn't have religion.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
It's an undead bear.
Okay,
20.
religion check. That is a success, I believe.
I would hope so. Fucking shit.
Indeed, success. So, this, as this should be no surprise, this is called a zombie brown bear.
Oh,
Oh yay!
Who would've
Very,
thought?
very on the nose.
What would you like to know? I'm sure you want defensive traits, right? Or defensive stats.
Yeah, I want to know what it's weak to.
Okay. It has immunities. It is immune to death effects, disease, mental effects, paralysis, poison, and unconsciousness. It has no resistances, but it does have weaknesses. It has weakness 10 to slashing and weakness 10 to vitality damage.
nice, nice, nice.
So that is what you learn about the zombie brown bear.
I just want everyone to
Oh,
know
good.
that my worms do extra damage to zombies.
Yes, this is a
Good.
zombie.
And I have vitality damage ghost charges.
There you go. Yeah, they have weakness 10 is a big weakness. That is a
Yeah.
major weakness. Because usually in second edition, what they do is they give the creatures resistances except for a certain thing, and that's what they do instead of a weakness. But this has big old weaknesses, so good check. Take advantage of those. Trizzlin, you got 2 actions remaining.
Okay, so now that I know this about it, I'm gonna sing my song.
Sing me the song of your people. Trizzlin,
Yay. Me.
that's you.
I'm gonna sing and then I'm gonna roll my performance check for the lingering composition. Ready for me to roll? Who's ready?
I'm ready.
I know I am. Let's get that
Heck
going.
yeah, let's go.
Oh no!
Natural 1. Well, that was for your extend boost, so nothing happens.
I know, it was just sad. It was on
Well,
the
you-
13 and then rolled over.
You at
to
least get
third.
the focus point back.
Your
Yeah.
throat's a little sore from all the partying yesterday, so your performance is just a little rough.
Okay, so I sing and it doesn't extend, and instead I just sing.
Okay, you still get the courage anthem. This is the anthem. Throw all your hands up, you. We're gonna kill you.
Don't kill me.
Yep.
All right, you got 1 action left, Trizzy. Maybe move away from this bear.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I have forgotten. Oh god, it is really close to me. I wasn't zoomed in
Yeah,
all the way.
it's
I'm be honest.
right in your face.
I am gonna walk over here.
Hi.
I'm pretty sure I had that speed.
So that was Trizzlin's turn. Next up is Makiwa.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Worms Repass.
Before you do that,
Before I do that,
do you know about amping your cantrips, by the way?
vaguely.
So that, yeah, amping is one of the core abilities of the psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they are additional effects you can choose to add to your cantrips by spending a focus point.
Yeah.
So if you look on some of your cantrips,
it's your side cantrips, which what is glimpse,
which is
weakness,
my-
and guidance.
They're listed
we'll
on
have
my
to
sheet
figure
as
it out.
occult focus spells.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Might have to do that during the break.
I knew that I could use them as cantrips, or I could use the amped version for a focus point.
Okay, well, go ahead and take your turn. We'll talk about it later.
But so yeah, I'm gonna do Worms Repassed.
So it needs to make fortitude save. All right, that is a 16. It rolled very low. That's a failure.
Yes. Warm it up.
Nice.
All right, so go ahead and roll the damage.
Is this? Sorry, give me a second. This is just the standard. This is just the standard damage. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it increases the persistent damage. So 11 points of piercing damage, and then it's going to take 3d6 persistent piercing, which is insane.
That's rolled on its turn, right?
Mm-hmm. It's rolled at the end of
Yeah.
its turn.
Summon worms. Okay, and that was, I think, 2 actions.
Yep, that's a 2-action spell. You have 1 remaining.
Next I'm gonna glimpse weakness.
All right, so I'll put glimpse weakness on all of you. From behind you, you hear another roar as another brown bear charges towards you.
That makes sense.
You hear in the distance the sounds of guards around the camp also engaging in their own battles. As it seems there's been a whole well, not a herd, but a whole group of these zombies have emerged onto the camp. And let me flip this guy so he's actually looking at you.
I mean, he could not. That's fine. I don't mind. He doesn't have to look at it. Oh, that's kind of threatening. He flipped so slowly.
All right, so first action, it's just going to charge up to the closest creature, which I think by numbers is Makiwa.
Yep.
It runs up here. Second action, it swipes with a claw. Okay, natty 16 for a 26 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Booyah. Okay, for 13 points of slashing damage as it just slams you with a claw, and its rough, like, rotting claws just tear across your flesh. And that is its turn. Next, it is the first bear's turn. It is going to begin its turn with a claw attack against Duroc.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, natty 16 for a 26.
Oof.
For max damage, 15 points of slashing. And then for its second action, it is going to attempt to grab you with that. So it gets so it uses second action for an athletics check, which does not apply its multiple attack bonus, or penalty, I should say. So that is an 18 against your reflex DC, Duroc.
It has me grab.
All right, so you have been grab-a-roni, as I like to say. I'm always saying that. Even when it's not applicable, I'm like, hey, you got the grab-a-roni? Yeah, give me some of that grab, John.
Grab John.
Okay, so that is its turn. So, next up is Sayuri-chan.
Hate that. Okay.
Fuck is
So,
Oh, and then it does its recovery. It takes 14 points of piercing from the worms,
Nice.
and probably going to fail its recovery. Yeah, natural 2, so does not recover from
failure.
worms. Sayuri.
so I'm thinking we should probably at least try to deal with the worm one and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw. So I'm gonna use one of my versatile vials. So I'm gonna take one action to craft a ghost chart.
Just pouring test tubes into each other. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, I'm like, give me a second.
I'm mixing here.
And I'm making a bomb real quick. So that's
tell
one, and then I'm
TSA.
gonna pull it out with another, and then I'm throwing it at this asshole by Tyler by Brock. So let's see what happens. Oh. Yeah?
Yeah, that's a hit. Direct hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay, 10 points vitality damage, increased to 20.
Extra. Yeah, extra. Get
Yeah,
up.
it doubled your damage. Booyah. So you have 1 action remaining.
No, because I versatile vialed it, I pulled it, and then I threw it.
If you use the quick alchemy, you draw it as part of the action.
Oh, okay. Can I use battle medicine then as 1 action?
Yes.
Is that 1? Okay, I'm gonna heal Makiwa. Makiwa's.
Well, you're not
have
within
to be in
range.
touch,
You have to be.
right?
You
You have to be
Oh,
directly
oh.
adjacent to him.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. So, what am I gonna do with my last?
You could get out the way, maybe.
I could, but I'm in a good spot to attack them both, and there's a fire in my way. Going in a good spot.
I mean, you can go right here.
Yeah, you hot-footed out of there, Smokey.
Just make sure I'm still
You good.
20 feet from
Yeah,
both
you-
of them. Perfect.
It's all Gucci Prada.
I am here now. Perfect. Done.
Can you believe I made that saying up? Like the whitest person in the whole world.
You made that product?
No, I didn't make up Prada. Don't give me that much credit.
You're
Alright.
pretty epic.
Yeah, I'm pretty epic.
Epic.
Well, speaking of epic, it is Darok's turn.
Is Darok
You are grabbed.
I'm gonna punch him in the face still.
Okay.
And I
Punch
said,
that bear.
One.
14 does not hit.
Oh, wow.
15 does not hit. Its AC is at least 16.
Yeah.
So you're trying to hit it, but you're just bringing your hands down on this piece of exposed skull, and it just isn't damaging it.
I'm gonna battle medicine myself.
Go ahead and make a medicine check. And you have to choose which DC you're targeting
Yeah.
ahead of time, so...
It's in the window that pops up for treat wounds.
Oh, and you have to do a DC 5 flat check, because you're grabbed. A flat check, which you just roll a D20.
Why do I have to do that?
Because you're grabbed. If you attempt an action with the manipulate trait while you're grabbed, you have to do a flat check, or you lose the action. Well, that's yeah. You only had to hit 5, so you're good. Which sounds trivial, but that's like a 20% mischance.
You're very good at doing things while you're being snugged.
Yeah, you're good. That's a success. Next up, it is Trizzlin's turn.
It is I, the Trizzy-lie. Oh, this time I'm gonna try
Whatever
and
that
actually
means.
succeed at my fucking performance roll
Okay.
for my extended boost of my singing. Come on, roll. Nat 15.
28 is a critical success.
Woohoo!
So you get 4 rounds of Courageous Anthem.
Suck my weens.
Well, maybe don't do that, but family show here,
That's why I said weens.
as my dad would say. Still does, but he used to, too.
Okay, and then I am gonna do something. Hold on. I need to readjust.
Yeah, that was your first action, so...
I know, but I was successful, and I'm blasting
Yeah,
in the
good
glory.
job.
Also,
You got
Tammy's,
two actions left.
Tammy's got like half my blanket, so like it's hard to move
Oh,
around.
that must be so hard for you.
It is. Look at she's so cute. I cannot move her.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Did we rest before we played this, or
Yeah.
is this the same day?
Yeah.
yeah, this is the next day from
Yeah.
the previous battle.
Oh, okay. I never replenished.
Yeah, you rested like immediately after you fought the Peritons. Then you came back here and you were also healed from when you got shocked by the box.
Yeah,
So-
apparently I did everything except refresh my spells, so it's
That's
whatever.
okay.
I pressed the refresh button. It's no big deal.
And you're probably gonna sleep after this too, so go ham.
Yeah. Go all out.
Well, I know that they're immune to a lot of shit, so I'm just like,
Well, it's mostly like undead stuff. Mostly the biggest thing you want to worry about is they're immune to mental effects.
But they had a plus 10, a
They have weakness 10 to vitality and slashing damage.
what does Makiwa use for his like fighting? He's casting stuff, right?
Yeah, he's a caster.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I was trying to think of things.
Yeah, if you can do anything that does slashing or vitality damage, that would be ideal.
I mean, I could do telekinetic projectile and just choose slashing.
You could.
Yeah.
Because most of my actual like ranked spells are like just like good for other people, not for me specifically. I have like stuff that helps others.
Yeah, why don't we go with teleprod?
Yeah. If I can just bear off me, I can go save that man.
You said
that druid.
We're determining slashing is good.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that is what you learned.
I didn't. I have a very slow memory.
That's okay.
You know.
You're talking to. I'm basically Dory over here with how bad my short-term memory is.
Alright, the bear I attacked, did it get the enfeebled trait?
No, I'm sorry, I forgot to put that on it.
I got a natty 19. A natty 19.
Yeah, that's a critical
a
hit.
natty 19. Take that.
Is that the one near you?
Yeah, which one are you targeting, honey?
Please tell me
I
if
put
the
the little
one.
thingies on it.
Oh, you sure did.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll crit damage.
It doesn't. It only gives me regular damage as an option.
Then we'll double it.
Woo!
Okay, 11 doubled to 22, increased to 32.
Woohoo!
And
Nice.
you blast it with a bunch of pick up a bunch of swords and knives and stuff that are just littered on the ground, and you slice this thing into fillets, and it just drops to the ground in a pile of rotting meat, releasing Duroc in the process.
Amazing.
And technically you get the glimpse weakness bonus for that, but you already killed it, so. And that is your turn. Makiwa.
Mukiwa, you
It
went
is
on a
my
move?
turn. Yeah, that's among my plans for this turn.
If you come over here, I can heal you.
First, I'm
Or if you
gonna
come to me, I
go
can
Super
heal you.
Saiyan.
Yeah?
Gonna unleash the psyche.
Ooh.
So then, picking over my spellcasting. I'm gonna spirit gun.
Spirit
Dun, dun,
wing.
dun, 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 dun.
A pow.
And 22.
22. It sounds like you're singing Ghostbusters. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't afraid
Yeah.
of no ghost.
I'm poorly renditioning the
Smile
trumpets
Bomb.
from Smile Bomb. Yeah,
All right.
rolling the damage. I am Unleashed Psyche. It won't
Are
let me
you?
have Unleashed Psyche and Courageous Anthem. So I guess I gotta pick one.
When did you unleash Psyche? At the beginning of your turn, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I must have missed that.
But when I turned
Um,
on Unleashed Psyche, it turned Courageous Anthem off.
Ugh,
You can only
I'd have to
benefit
look.
from one.
Let's
Only
see.
one status bonus? Sounds right to me.
They don't. I don't think they stack.
What?
Why did it just blow trumpets
What?
at us?
What just happened?
Because I rolled a 1, I think. Amidst
But, like,
that.
You rolled two
Is
ones.
done that before?
I did not know that was a feature.
Wah, wah. Damn.
All right. Let's. It takes 11 points of piercing damage.
It's almost as funny as Jar Jar.
Okay, so go ahead and you take your third action.
My third action is to fucking stride.
Yeah.
Let's go over here by a person that has agreed to heal me. And that's my turn.
There's like a
So,
runic
next
circle
up-
going around the fucking bear.
It's the bear's turn. The closest target is going to be Trizzlin. So.
No!
So first action, it steps up to you.
No!
And second action, it's going to bite with its jaws.
I'm invitable.
And we'll see about that. Natty 19 for a 29 to hit.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
How's that stack up against your AC, Lizard Girl?
I don't want to look.
I already know the answer. I want you to tell me.
It's lower than my AC.
No, it isn't.
My AC is like 30.
Your AC is 19. That's a critical hit.
No.
Okay, so you take 22 points of piercing damage
My
as it
life.
chomps into your neck.
You're matching
I'm
the key now.
dying.
You're twins.
All right, and that is its whole turn, fortunately for you. Sayuri-chan.
So I'm going to do something similar to last time. I'm going to use a versatile vial, create a ghost charge.
Yeah, it's 25 feet from you now, so you're gonna have to step a little closer.
Oh, step closer. I can't heal though.
You can if you
Right here.
move here
But
or
I
here.
won't have an action. It's more my.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, you gotta
won't have an
decide. That's the game. Is you gotta make decisions.
I can heal you next time. That's close.
Fair enough. Now you're in the way
But
of the enemies.
Trislan's
So
in immediate danger, so we need to weaken this bit. So I will
true.
break it. Ghost charge.
Well, a 22 is a palpable hit. All right, that is max damage. 10 points of vitality increased to 20. You just see this like holy burst of light splash over it, and it roars in pain, like its throat is just like ripped to shreds by the decomposition process, and you are melting its undead flesh. All right, so that's 3 actions.
Yeah, and now it's enfeebled 1.
Alrighty,
I'm a
awesome.
shield from a Kiwa now too.
Durak.
Doop doop boop doop boop boop. Abadiba, 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 beepa. Badooba, beep, badiba.
For a second there, I thought you were doing the Mirror B music, Abby.
Move here.
That's for
Something strange.
all my Pokemon GameCube fans.
Blanket.
All right, flank it and spank it.
Seven in
Is
your
flanking a
hand.
mental effect?
Who's
It
gonna
might
fall?
not.
Booty
Like
buster.
spanked.
Uh,
You might
only
get a
one way-
negative reaction.
And you
Only
wanna
one way to
be-
find out.
Who you gonna call? It's the Ghostbusters.
And then flurry of blows.
Okay, I don't think flanking is a mental thing, so. All right, 28 is a critical hit. 17 is a hit because you are flanking.
Okay.
Okay, so 22 plus 9 is 31 points of bludgeoning damage.
And then
You break some of its
fortitude.
bones. You hear the bones like crack under your fist. You assume the bones were not in peak condition to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
That is your turn. Or no, you have 1 action left. What would you want to do?
Well, I moved it, but it has to make a fortitude save.
Oh, right, you're right. Well, it's probably going to succeed. It is a bear. Yeah, 22. Success. So you have 1 more action.
No.
You moved and then Flurry of Blows. That's 2 actions.
Right. I forget.
Yeah,
that
Flurry of Blows is just 1.
Yeah. And then I will try to strike it.
Okay.
Nice.
21. That is a, let's see, against its reflex DC, that is a success. You trip it.
Yeah.
So it's now also prone. Good turn.
Come on,
Trizzy.
Trizlin, end it. Finish it off.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
Finish it.
another projectile. Because I don't have to sing. If it's not dead after this, I'm gonna put shield.
Teleproj, slashy style.
Oh, nice.
Hey, twins, Oni.
Never mind.
Go ahead and roll
Okay.
your crit damage. Or roll your damage, we'll double it.
should
All that
be-
good stuff. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
3 6s, maximum damage. 19, doubled to 38, plus 10 is 48 points of damage. You blow this thing into a chunk of disgusting, like, bits of flesh and what's left of its blood and viscera.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
You were pissed
just
that it attacked you last
explodes.
time.
You're like, how dare you bite me?
Okay. So you blow up these zombie bears, and in the distance you hear the other fights around you start to settle down. Do you want to go help, or do you want to let the guards deal with it?
We'll go help.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm not damaged. I'm gonna go help.
Here's what we'll do. The book just says you can fight another one if you want. That's pretty much all it says. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to put another one over here to the east. you scroll your little map over, you can see it's over by the Orc Scouts. And we'll say we'll keep going in turn order. Say it's So Trizzlin, you have 1 action remaining.
On my shield.
Okay, Makiwa. You see, there's 1 more zombie bear attacking some of these guards.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I can't move and attack this turn. Yeah, I can't move close enough to attack and then attack this turn. And next turn, I'm enfeebled. So I'm actually gonna
You're not enfeebled, you're just stupefied.
Or stupefied. What does stupefied do?
You stay next to me.
It's an intelligence penalty.
I guess I can live with that. So I guess I'm gonna move my speed, and she can catch up with me.
Yes.
I think. Just so I can get closer to this thing, but I'm sure it's gonna... You know, I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm all back and forth.
That's okay. We're just playing a game here. This isn't competitive by any means.
85, so I can't... Glimpse weakness.
Well, what's the range on your pew pew spell?
30. And it's 2 actions, so I literally can't do it and move close enough in the same turn.
Well, you can only well, no, not spells. You can't go outside the range on spells.
Yeah. So
you can just move and then wait if you want. You don't have to be doing maximum damage every single turn.
Yeah, I just don't want to be the closest thing because I only have 13 hit points, but I'll live. I'm gonna move because I don't want to end up in the same.
Well, it is attacking
situation.
guards at the moment.
Yeah, it's
I
not
guess
paying
that's
attention to you. Well, not that it can really pay attention. It is a mindless creature, but it is attacking somebody else right now. Okay.
Then
you just
I'm gonna move, and then I'm gonna glimpse weakness against. Well, no,
Okay.
am I within 60 feet now of it?
You are, yeah.
So
well
now I'll
within
glimpse
60
weakness
feet.
on it.
Well, I say well within. You're 5 feet within. 55. Schwiggity, schwiggity, 55.
But yeah, then I'm gonna just pass on my last action because
My IQ, 55. Girlfriend's age, 55. That's some classical music for y'all at home.
So now I'm stupefied 1 for 2 rounds.
You dumb as hell, for real. Okay, so you're... Well, it says you have 1 round remaining of Unleash Psyche. Maybe that goes down at the end of your turn?
Your psyche remains unleashed for 2 rounds. So
Well,
from
you did
my
it last
turn,
round, right?
No, I did it before that.
First round.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that ends and you become stupid.
Yeah. And that's me.
Let me see if
that's
I can
my
find
turn.
it in the list here. Slowed, stunned, stupefied for... what, like
2
is
rounds.
it 2 rounds? Yeah, but you're
Yep.
just stupefied 1, I think. So
Yep.
it's not that bad. Okay, well, it's the brown bear's turn, and you see it is it grabs a guard in its mouth and just hurls them across the dirt, and they just skid, and they're cradling their arm. They look very hurt. But it has not noticed you yet. Sayuri-chan.
Okay.
I love this.
So I'm
Sarah's
gonna
like,
move
you
out.
killed those 2 easily. Have a third.
I think this is 20. I think this is 25. Yep.
Hey,
I'm gonna move up. I'm at
It's in the book.
here,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna heal Kiwa with. I've never done my battle before. Let's see. Battle match. How do I?
So for battle medicine, you choose the DC that you want to target based on your training level. How trained are you in medicine?
Oh, only 2. It was in nature I've been using actually,
Okay, I think
but I don't know if I can use that.
you can't. You have to use medicine for battle medicine.
Well, let's see what happens.
I thought if it's
You
treat
have the
wounds,
natural medicine.
because isn't battle medicine just using treat wounds in combat?
No. Battle medicine and treat wounds are 2 completely separate activities.
Yeah.
They just happen to use the same effect.
Because anyone can treat wounds, I'm pretty sure.
As long as you're trained in medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the text of battle medicine says, attempt a medicine check with the same DC as for treat wounds to restore the corresponding amount of hit points. Battle medicine just acts like treat wounds.
No, but my natural medicine skill feat says you can
Yes,
use
it
nature
says you can
instead
use
of medicine
nature.
to treat wounds.
Yes, battle medicine isn't treat wounds.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just uses the same DCs.
Yeah, and also
It's
the
really
battle
poorly
medicine.
written in that way.
Yeah, well, it is if it's well written if you know like exactly how things work, but it's easy to mistake is what I'm saying. So and also the prerequisite for battle medicine says you have to be trained in medicine.
Okay, so I need to change that again.
Yeah.
I thought that the natural medicine would take that over.
Nope. Natural medicine just allows you to cheat on the actual treat wounds action.
So I can't heal you, actually? So...
Yeah.
That's fine. Shit happens.
I got that. That's only one of my things.
I'll try to take my healing position.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you could move closer, make a bomb, and throw it.
No, life tonics is not good for you. Yo, Makiwa, weren't you supposed to give me a recipe?
At some point,
we need to talk about that on break. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna just move closer and shoot it with a ghost charge, I guess.
Okay. Always a safe bet.
I can't shoot it because I used 2 and then I need... No, because I make it and draw it at the same time. I can. Yes.
Yeah, but you moved already, didn't you?
I moved 1, yeah.
Yeah, so you have 2 actions remaining.
Exactly. So then if I make it with a versatile vial, I'm making it and drawing it, and I can still throw it with 1
No,
action.
but that only lasts until the end of your turn, though. When you use quick alchemy, it only remains potent until the end of your current turn.
Yeah, because throwing it's the other one. Okay, so I'm just gonna...
You can get closer and wait if you want.
I did get closer. I have 2 hands, but my blowgun... So
yeah, that's a one-handed weapon.
I'm gonna draw, but if I have a grenade already made, I can draw that until the next one.
You could draw it, yes.
And keep that
Yeah,
into
it's
my
just
hand.
that when you use quick alchemy, it only remains potent until the end of your turn, so... But
And
anything
then,
that you've prepared during your daily preparations stays good all day.
Yeah. So when we learned about their weaknesses, was piercing something that they can be damaged with?
They take normal damage from piercing.
Normal. Okay, cool. I'm putting my grenade in my hand. And then that is my turn.
Okay.
Cactus grenade.
Next up is Duroc.
All right.
Duroc.
With the speed of Kenyon,
The Duroc Johnson.
You can't say that.
I will.
I mean,
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I will. Wait,
he's not Kenyan.
I will use
He's
2 actions
Polynesian.
to get
Yeah.
The other side of the planet.
it's 60
It's about
feet.
as far away from Kenya as you can get.
Kenya.
And
There's
then
cool
flurry
shit
of
in
blows.
Kenya.
Okay, so that was 2 actions to move.
Yeah.
I figured. We got lions and tigers in Kenya.
Ooh.
Natty 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, neither of those are going to go through, unfortunately.
That is my turn.
Okay. Next up is Trizalin. What do you do?
It's kind of far away. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Far away it be. 6.
You'd have to get closer to do anything, so you may want to just
I know.
move and shield.
I know. I'm looking at my movements. Oh, I have 25. If I move here, then I would only be... Is that 30 feet? Or is it 35?
Yes.
Eh.
Yeah, you can only
6.
move 25 feet, so the closest you could get to it would be 35 feet.
No, 30 feet. 35, you're right. I'm sorry.
You may want to just move and then shield, and wait to see what happens.
Well, that's 1 action to move. Shield would be another action. I still have a 3rd action left.
Yeah, you could move again if you wanted to. Move over to your friend Sayuri.
I cast Soothe.
What's the range on Soothe?
30 feet.
Okay, who are you going to cast it on?
Okay,
On
everyone's within
Makiwa?
30 feet. Everyone's within 30 feet. What's everybody's health? 13.
Makiwa is the only... You and Makiwa are the only ones who are significantly damaged.
Do I heal myself or do I heal Makiwa? That is the question.
Yeah. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Or
Well,
whatever
Makiwa,
else
make your-
Hamlet said.
Make your case, Makiwa. Why should you get the heals?
Or
If
take
you
up arms
wanna.
against the sea of troubles.
What are you planning to
And-
do with your next turn?
Shoot,
You have range that far?
No, but he can
move
move
and shoot.
Okay.
Run and gun.
You have my blessing, warrior. You may drink of the tonics of the ocean. You may soothe yourself of the woes of mankind. Roll! Ooh.
Alright, 16 points of healing for Makiwa.
Nice, thank you.
Not quite that good.
Well-
Like, you know.
That gets him up to full, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't have very many hit points.
you don't.
I have the least
Okay,
in the
that's-
party, I'm
that's-
pretty sure.
That's my turn.
Yeah, he's a squishy caster, so. Alright, Makiwa. Now you're
Yes,
freshened up
it
for
is
your
I.
turn.
Yep, so I'm gonna move to here, and then I'm gonna phase bolt. I roll a 10, so that's a miss.
Nope. You fire it over its shoulder and it sizzles off into the night. Alright.
Well,
Next up, it is the bear's turn. It whips around to face the person who just attacked it,
Yo,
being
he's got a name.
Duroc,
stay away from my work, dude.
that one guy. So it is going to start with a claw attack. That is not coming up for me.
Yeah. You got 23.
23.
Okay. It's weird, it just isn't showing up on my screen. I may need to refresh. So I'll roll claws damage. 14. Okay. And then for second action it is going to attempt to grab you.
Ooh.
18 against your reflex
I
DC.
am grabbed yet again.
All right.
I got this.
You're just so grabbable, so squeezable.
Here's one hug.
All right, that is its turn. Sayuri-chan.
Okay, cool. I am now within range. Yes. So, I am going to... Since I have in my hand... Sorry, Duroc, this might hurt a little bit on the edge. I'm gonna
What?
throw this cactus grenade at it.
What the fuck?
Hopefully it doesn't hit you. I don't think it actually has... It does have a splash, but let's find out. Oh, I missed. So do I still do
Okay.
damage, or?
So it's not a critical failure, so you'll still do splash damage.
Okay.
The fuck?
Okay, so it
So
takes 1 point of splash damage. Yeah, 1 point of piercing splash damage.
Cool. And then I'm gonna say that it's sheathed, but that's because technically I only pulled out one and I
Yeah.
have two.
Yeah.
So I'm now going to make another ghost charge with my versatile vial.
Mm-hmm.
And then throw that.
And remember, that's with your multiple attack penalty. So, because you already
Yeah.
attacked this turn, so.
Yeah. It has bone.
Bonus.
Do I have to add a penalty anywhere, or that's just it'll do it?
So on your sheet, under your actions where it has the strike, there's strike, and then the next one says map -5, the next one map -10. You're gonna do the map -5.
Here. Action.
On the actions tab where it has, I assume you're doing your ghost charge lesser.
Yeah. Oh, there on the line. Strike.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep,
so map
the
minus
second
5.
the second one is for your second attack each round. The third one is for your third attack each round.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I've never attacked twice. Okay.
Yeah.
So strike with the ghost charge.
Okay, an 18
Perfect
is a hit. That's the one you really want to have hit.
Yeah. Perfect.
And another max damage. 10 damage increased to 20. You sizzle its undead flesh, and you see some of the undead essence burn out of its eye sockets. It doesn't like that. Duroc, it's your turn.
It's also enfeebled.
Oh,
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
don't you want?
That's okay. There's a lot to
No,
remember.
it's true. Me too.
Okay, Duroc,
Okay.
you are grabbed.
I'm grabbed.
Don't you want me? Oh.
I'm still gonna flurry of blows.
Kick it. Punch it. knock it down. Get it, do da dee da do da da down.
Okay, 28 is a critical hit. A 10 is a miss.
All right.
I'll roll its fortitude save, but it's probably going to succeed. Yeah, it succeeds. All right, max damage critical hit for 26 points of bludgeoning damage. Pow! You crack its skull open.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Normally would kill a living creature, but it just keeps on going. You see its rotted brain beneath as it courses with this fell energy. Just
Sounds like a cat trying to puke.
yeah. It makes you want to puke, but you're okay. Go ahead and take your second action.
Yeah. I will attack. Get this off. Nope.
No,
Okay.
natural one.
And then
Oof.
use my battle medicine again with my ability.
Yeah, your once a day
Yeah.
overload.
2 for 20.
Oh, natty
Ooh.
1.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay,
Use a
yeah.
hero point.
Use your hero point to re-roll that.
Nope. Okay. It's better than taking the damage.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to take damage from that.
Yeah.
It's a regular failure.
So does that still use it, or is that...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you just fail.
Okay.
It's raining.
Lally Luler. Okay,
Amen.
Trizzlin, it's your turn.
I go
Trizzy.
at 5 foot step, and then
Okay.
I hit it.
And then... Okay. Shoot
Wait,
her.
How did 5 feet get me 25? No, it's 30. Okay.
You're
brain.
30 feet from it. Okay, make your attack roll.
Go, go, go. 25.
All right. 25 is a hit.
And feeling fine.
And you look divine.
Ooh. 11.
All right, 11 points of slashing increased to 21. You tear off.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna get it.
You tear off a chunk from its side, and its guts just spill out onto the ground, but it hardly seems to notice.
That's the first one I haven't instantly killed.
And it smells terrible.
Stinky.
All right, Makiwa.
Akiwa,
You gonna take us home?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. All right, so let's
Come on, Crunchy Roads.
Cyburst.
Cause you know that we're out there.
Okay, so it needs to make a reflex save. Go ahead and roll the damage. It succeeds, so it'll take half
Okay.
damage.
And it's 2d4 plus 1. Roll it.
Oof.
Sound trumpet
Okay.
again.
That's gotta be in my settings somehow. I will fix that.
Yeah. I'm very excited to add that sound effect back in post. So it takes 4 damage, halved to 2.
Wow.
Bonk. Makes a
That is-
cartoon bonk sound.
I hope that wasn't your whole turn.
Okay. Rolling an attack roll. Oh wait, before that, make a DC 6 flat check because you are stupidified.
Stupid fine.
Dumb as hell, faux real.
I know, not a d6. That would be bad.
Yeah, that would be a very hard flat check. You good? All right, now roll your attack roll. 15 is a
15.
miss. Very
Dang.
close. You singe some of its hairs.
He was not having much
Okay, well
luck
now
today.
I'm gonna be unstupidified on my next turn.
Okay, it is the bear's turn now. So it has
It's gonna
grabbed
whap me.
you. Yeah, it's gonna bring a bucket and mop.
Oh no, not the bucket and
Let's
mop.
see. Okay, so at first action, it is going to use grab again to extend the grapple. And then for its second action, it is going to do a unique action called Ripping Maul. So basically, it just has you in its claws and it just starts biting into you. Go ahead and make a reflex save.
You got it. I do very well.
Okay, a 12 is a failure, so you're going to take full damage. So that is 13 points of piercing damage as it just chomp, chomp, chomp bites into you.
Okay.
Okay, and that is its turn.
Didn't I have to try to do a check to maintain grab?
No, because it has the grab property, all it has to do is spend an action during its turn. It says a monster can instead use grab and choose one creature it's grabbing or restraining with an appendage that has grab to automatically extend that condition to the end of the monster's next turn.
Okay.
So it can sustain it for free, but you can try to escape on your turn. But right now it's Sayuri's turn.
Tower work.
Yeah, this will be fine. I've got one more versatile vial, so I'm going to do this ghost charge thing one more time. No!
12 misses.
But
But it's not a
gets the
critical.
one-
It's not a critical failure, so it'll still take the 1 point of vitality splash increased to 11. See, when you hit a weakness with that, even if you miss, you're still doing a significant amount of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as last time, just in case it doesn't die, I'm going to pull out that last grenade to have in my hand at the back. And that's
Okay.
my turn.
All right, Durak. You are grabbed and it is chomping on you.
I'ma fucking hit it.
Okay.
Hit this bitch. Hit him. Hit him.
Well, natty 15, that looks good. 25 is a hit.
Hit him. Hit him. Hit him.
It failed its fortitude save.
Yeah,
Oh,
bitch.
shit.
I think the DC is 19. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah, it failed. So it is slowed or stunned 1. That's cool. So what's fun about stunned is that it basically decreases the
not
amount of
bad.
actions it regains by its stunned value.
Mhm.
These are already slowed 1 because they're zombies. So next turn it's only going to have 1 action.
Why is it still alive?
Oh, good.
It's
But
been
go
near
ahead and roll
death
your
for way too
damage
long.
because it may.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Hopefully
did.
it
I'm
dies.
sorry. 9 points of bludgeoning. All right, it's looking rough. Its
Oh my
bones are
God.
still just barely hanging on.
This is like.
See if you can take us home.
Oh,
Nope.
8 is not going to do
that
it.
was almost a 20.
Yeah. That is. You have 1 action remaining, I think.
No. Yeah, I
It's
do.
a flurry of blows and a strike.
I guess I could.
You can try to strike again, but it
Can
is.
you?
Yeah, you can.
I thought
It's
you
just at
hit
your
it with
maximum.
the rock twice.
Oh.
He did a flurry of blows for his first action,
Yeah.
which gives him 2 free attacks.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, so monks can attack 4 times in the same turn if they spend,
Okay.
if they flurry of blows and then strike twice.
Sure,
But
fuck it.
the problem is the last 2 attacks are made at a -10. So
Yeah.
3.
also, how are your
What?
unarmed strikes not agile?
Cause I am.
Is it just the
a mountain
stance strikes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all based on strength.
Okay.
Can I go now?
Okay. Yeah, 3 doesn't hit, as you can imagine.
I'm ready
Trizzy,
to end it.
take us home, Trizzlin. Take me home. Lizard
go,
and a
let's go.
gnome. Natural one.
Oh,
Ain't gonna roll.
Hey.
West Belkson. Mountain orcs.
That's what I get for that nat 20 earlier.
Yep.
Nobody nat 20s.
So, what are you gonna do? I think your Courageous Anthem has expired.
Wait, what turn is this?
This is
Oh,
round
shit.
6.
I cast in the first round. Shit. Oh, we didn't even have it last round, did we?
You cast in the first round for 1 round. Then second round, you got a
Oh,
critical success on
yeah.
extend for 4 rounds. So round
Okay.
6 is
Can I
Yeah.
do that again then?
yeah. You can do it again. You
Okay.
have I think you have 1 focus point remaining. So
Coolio. I'm gonna
Coolio
do that
Julio.
then. Let me go ahead. Roll my performance check. Oh, that I get a good roll on.
yeah, 23 is a success. You get 3 rounds of Courageous Anthem.
I did not think I'd use both.
I don't know if I'm going to
focus points on this.
bother editing it because I think we're probably going to end this in this upcoming round, so... Fingers crossed if y'all don't beef it. Speaking of which,
All right.
Makiwa, it's your turn.
I'm unstupid.
Yeah, you are...
Nice.
You're smartified.
I'm a smart spider.
Alright, I'm gonna do the same turn as last time. Side burst.
Okay?
2d4.
How did you roll another 3?
Well, it's 2d4, honey. It's...
I know, this is so...
So it has to
you're
roll a
getting lot of
reflex
nat
save.
ones.
Natty 1. So it takes double damage.
shit.
I actually have to add one more d4 to that, because it's third level increases by 1d4.
No, because it starts at 1d4 is the base. It's already factored in the
it's already
increase.
done that.
However,
I see.
it only had 2 hit points left. Please describe your
perfect.
count.
Oh!
Alright, well, that was my Cyburst.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so,
What's
yeah,
that?
I put my hands on my temples and I direct my violent psychic energies directly into what's left of the brain of this bear, and its head just explodes.
Nice, like something straight out of Akira.
Yeah, sorry, Durak, about your clothes.
And I look at Ardak,
Yeah,
and
so
it's like, I
rotten
could hardly
flesh
bear
and-
this.
Rotten flesh and bone fragments just splatter all over you,
I'm fine with that.
and
That's
you have just exorcised the camp of zombie bears.
Hell yeah. You'll love to see it.
Is that, can we check on that? Can we just nicely go check on that guard and make sure it's okay and heal him? Since
He's
we
fine.
have healing.
Don't worry about it.
He's fine. Okay.
So,
Maybe we want
He
Cam
Gives
to
us
like
a
it.
thumbs up.
you have helped out tremendously here. You've killed 3 zombie bears, and you get a reputation point for each bear that you kill.
Do I hear a 4th one?
No, you don't.
Oh.
Do I hear a
Only
whole
if you
more
want to
another
waste our
pack?
fucking time. All right, and with that, the camp seems to fall quiet. And with that, we are going to take our break here, and we will come back and do some more exploring and see what the next day holds for us.
Nice.
Heck.
Welcome back, everyone. We are rested and fed and watered and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and dive back into the adventure. So you have all defeated the undead bears that suddenly stormed into camp. That's pretty weird, huh?
Pretty
Yeah, that's
strange.
strange.
You don't see that every
Especially
day.
since there was a lot of them.
Yeah. They
I
were
bet there's
in
an
fact,
uproar.
there were more that you guys didn't even fight that
Yeah.
other people had to fight off.
Well, we fought the most.
Yeah,
You
you
did
did the
fight.
best.
Yeah, we crump good.
Okay.
Crumpin' and thumpin'.
Okay,
Shut the
so
fuck up.
the next morning, you go to sleep, you get rested. You probably, since you stayed up late, you probably sleep a little late, so we'll say the next afternoon. You awake, go about your morning ablutions, and you head out into the camp. Right after you wake up and you get ready, you hear the sounds of shouting coming from one of the orc tents. What do you do?
What the fuck's going on?
This wall is
Check it out.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sneakily, stealthily walk behind them and check it out.
Okay, so you investigate the source of the noise. You go over to a tent that you learn belongs to an orc named Narsh.
Oh no.
He's like coming out of his tent and gesticulating wildly, and he's like, "My tooth! My fucking tooth is gone! What the hell?"
The fuck?
And everyone else is like, "Yeah, okay, dude, you had,
What of
had
it?
too much to drink. Had too much to drink." He's like, "I did it! Look!" And he, like opens his mouth, and you see, sure enough, one of his teeth, it seems to be missing.
Would you get in a fight?
No! It was here when I went to bed, I'm sure!
Oh, we got a little
no.
tooth fairy around
We
here.
got fucking tooth fairies around this bitch. Oh my god, I
Did
hate
you
the
notice
goddamn tooth
anyone-
fairies.
You notice anyone in your mouth while you were asleep?
Someone in my mouth! Well, I would have noticed that. And he's like, look, it's my favorite tusk, too! It's just bloody gone!
You got a favorite?
Yeah.
It kind of makes you look uneven.
Can I like search around like the area of his tent, I guess, and see if there's any obvious marks of, I don't know, a break-in of a tent? I don't know how to look for that.
Yeah, make a perception check.
I'm pretty perceptive. 23.
Okay. So you don't notice any particular
Oh.
disturbances right away. Yeah, you don't see anything that looks like I mean, you don't know how this guy lives in his tent, but from what you can tell, it doesn't seem like it was, tossed over or anything. But as you're investigating, you listen in and you hear there seems to be an undercurrent of worry in the voices of the orcs around. Like, they were kind of joking with him outwardly, but you can tell that they are quite shaken by this. Anyone who wants to, go ahead and make a society check.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'll do that. I'm trained, I'm pretty sure.
19.
Okay. 19. Makiwa, you succeed. You have heard that, you know that, just through rumors, you've heard that having a favorite tusk is very common for orcs in this region, to the point where they will, like really go all out with it. Like, they'll get bling all over their tooth, just to, like, show off how gnarly it looks.
So it's worth money.
Well, it could be, depending on how much bling he may have put on it.
Yeah.
But it also has, like, sentimental value. Like, it's sort of a trophy of a badge of pride.
Oh, wouldn't I already know that?
Yeah, you probably already know that.
Yeah, okay.
Can I, like, go and talk to those people mumbling around and ask if they saw
Sure.
anything?
I'm gonna...
Okay.
I want to pull a stool up and look into his mouth.
Okay.
Be like, all right. Open your mouth.
The dentist.
Okay.
I'm an
I
expert
almost
in
think I'll
medicine, so
mouth.
So go ahead and make a medicine check.
put my thumb in his mouth, just like...
Yeah, you are mystified. You examine the mouth, and it's just gone. You don't really have any idea how that happened.
And then
You're not really a dentist, is the thing.
There's no obvious, like, massive wound or anything then.
Yeah, it didn't look like somebody stuck a blade in his mouth.
Okay. I was looking for, like, rotting or...
No, as far as you can tell, there does not appear to be any undue decay.
Okay.
I mean, this guy probably doesn't brush every day, but, like, it's not like his mouth is full of disease or anything.
Because we just had a couple of diseased bears come into our...
True.
Well, they
Party.
were undead. They weren't necessarily diseased.
They could be holding disease, though.
They could be.
They could have been Trojan horses.
For Sayuri, you want to spend some time gathering information? So
Yeah,
go ahead and make a
asking the
diplomacy
people-
check. All right, that's an excellent diplomacy check. So you spend about 2 hours asking around camp, gathering information. You hear that there are a few people who have lost teeth in camp. It's actually not isolated to this one incident.
All
And
orcs?
while all orcs so far. I mean, that's like 90% of the camp right now. So
True.
I'm just like, oh gosh.
not exactly a
orcs,
significant statistic. And while each has found this loss mystifying and a bit troubling, no one thought it was, like, dire enough to report it. Because, I mean, like, it's one tooth, Michael. How much could it cost?
But if it's
I
their
would be pissed
favorite
as
tusk,
fuck.
that's upsetting.
Yeah.
We probably should report this to our Dax.
Okay. So,
So, where is he? We should go to him.
he's at his tent in the north. You don't have
See
to
if
move
he's
your
missing
tokens
his
or
tooth.
anything. He says, this is troubling. Not the most dangerous of ailments to come upon the camp, and certainly less dangerous than the bears which set upon us last night. That has me most troubled, but if you can find the source of these missing incisors, then I think everyone in camp will rest easier. Ardax doesn't really know anything about it, but he's like, yeah, let's figure it out.
Okay. Just making sure the big man knew.
Oh, no,
I
but
guess-
actually, there is something he'll tell you. He says, I don't know if it's relevant or not, but I've heard some strange noises to the north of my tent. It sounds almost like angry, squabbling birds. I don't know if that's relevant to this, but it's certainly annoying.
I guess we
Well-
should check that out.
Yeah, do birds like tusks? I don't think anyone has a skill to find out. Knowledge skill, so...
It'd be a pretty strange bird indeed. Go ahead and place yourselves over near Ardax's tent and sort of evade this-ish area. So yeah, if you want to look around that area, you can do a perception check
Whoa, how'd I get all the way up here?
to search.
Search.
Natural
Nice,
20.
27.
Great.
Heck
So
yeah.
you find Sayuri pretty much immediately. You see that just over the ledge of the plateau here, you see what looks like an old animal burrow, perhaps like some badgers or something, or burrowed here. And just faintly, you can hear the sound of like tiny little voices chattering and squeaking from within. Do you approach?
I sneakily try to, like, approach to, like, look closer, not to, like, engage with them yet.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Nice.
Wow, 26. That's an excellent stealth.
Natty 18.
So yeah, you can kind of crawl down the slope there stealthily. You look inside, and you see a number of sort of small pale winged creatures
No.
fluttering about inside this cave. Make
And I don't
a
see
nature check to identify them.
I hate these things.
Nice.
Okay, 25 I think might be a critical success.
It was built for that.
But either way, you see that this is an entire flock of tooth fairies,
Oh,
which are a particularly troublesome kind of fae.
They are
That,
my least
as their name
favorite faes.
implies, they steal people's teeth.
Mm-hmm.
well, damn.
They have not noticed you yet.
I don't
What,
wanna fight
scurry
Fae
back
guys.
up here and...
Yeah, I'm
Where
gonna
are they?
sneak back up and tell the rest of, like, my people and... What's the guy, Ardax.
Ardax.
Okay, go ahead and make another stealth check to
Hopefully
abscond.
make it back up.
Okay. Yeah, you seem undetected.
Oh, heck yeah. Cool. So we
What'd
go
you
back
see
and
down
I'm
there?
gonna give him... it's tooth fairies, guys. It's a bunch of tooth fairies. It's a whole cave full of... Did I get a count on them or just like a large group? Large amount?
Just a ton of them swarming
Just a
around
ton.
in there.
Yeah, just like a bunch of tooth fairies. Just like right over the edge right there.
It
in the
looks
cave, so-
like if you ever seen videos of like bats in a cave,
Oh yeah. Oh.
it looks like that but on a smaller scale.
By the way, we are in a fantasy world. Is that... Are we... Do people recognize two fairies as being real?
I would say not. I mean, you may have heard rumors, but I would say most people have never seen them before.
Because orcs are kind of... I'm not going to say they're fae-like, but they see a lot of interesting monsters in their lands.
Yeah. Well, I
They
think
come from the
everyone
dark.
has some basic understanding of what the Fae are,
Okay.
like in general. So, saying there's a kind of Fae that pulls people's teeth out, like that's not really, that hard to believe. That seems
Keep
like the
stealing
kind of
fairies.
capricious thing that the Fae would do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. So
Oh, actually, Perky, what languages does Sayuri speak?
so many. Common, Anadi, Dwarven, Fae, Gnomish, Orcish, Shayanti, and Tanuki.
So you speak Fae.
Shayanti. I do speak Fae. I do speak Fae.
Great. So while we were watching them in their cave, you actually pick up some bits of speech from what they were saying. You
just
hear
kept on
one
repeating
particular
Dalapoo.
voice from most of them are just kind of like chattering to each other, not saying anything of any particular import, but you hear one voice above the others that's saying, "We'll find the cuspids! We'll kill the cuspids! Kill them! Kill them!"
Okay.
Do I know what a cuspid is?
No, you have no idea.
No,
It seems like a
we tell
name.
Audax.
It seems like a proper noun from what
we
you
tell
hear.
Audax that specific information too.
He says, so you report to him there's a hive of tooth fairies underneath the plateau. He says, "This is troubling indeed. Might I ask you to exterminate or drive away these malicious fairies? We don't want them hanging around here. Some fae are beneficial, but tooth fairies are capricious indeed, and if they're allowed to roam about the camp, it will be no time at all before everyone's missing all their teeth altogether."
Yeah, that was a lot of fairies, so that makes sense.
And
All right.
Durak, you know specifically that like teeth are a point of pride for a lot of orcs, and like losing your teeth is like a dwarf losing their beard.
Oh.
It's a big insult.
Oh my god,
additionally-
does that mean I'm an orc?
No. Well, you are half an orc,
I meant like
On
as a
your left
person,
half.
like in real life.
and you also know that removing a tusk from a fallen foe is considered a huge insult in some orc holds, but for others it's considered the height of battle prowess. So some consider it like a huge faux pas, like you can't just take another man's tusk, but whereas other people say, you take them as trophies to show that you've conquered them.
A necklace of
I see.
tusks.
Either way, it's a point of huge pride amongst orcs, and like I said, it's sort of like beards are to dwarves.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
well,
yeah.
I guess party. I look at my other party members, and I'm like, are we gonna deal with this for them then?
Said a swarm.
I have a feeling we might be
Okay.
going into battle.
We should
Potion
probably-
setup.
I need your strongest potion.
So
There it
we
is.
can. Is there like before we just rush up and go into battle? Since we're here, we have information. Is there? He wants us to like exterminate them or drive them away. Is there a way we can maybe try to drive them away before we get into battle?
We could smoke them out.
Like, do we have?
They're not
Anyone have
bees,
any?
Tyler.
I mean, they have to breathe.
Yeah, they need to breathe, and they're in a little cave.
They're not going to fall asleep, but they're, they got to breathe inside their cave, so.
Yeah.
Can we
Can I,
get
like-
the smoke that makes
Oh.
bees go to sleep and use that?
Guys, can I use a
You-
blasting stone outside? Can I sneak up and just blast the cave shut before battle, or is that a battle thing?
That would certainly alert them to a threat.
But would it cause a
But, like-
cave-in?
Can I throw a blasting stone at them before battle, and then would it cause a cave-in to maybe avoid battle if it hits properly, you know?
You don't know. You could try it, see what happens.
Anyone else got any better ideas before we...
I say we
Jump
either
in?
smoke them out or make it where they can't leave the cave.
Anyone got anything to smoke them out with?
And then we can make fires.
I have a torch, that's it. But how do we get it in then? And then once they're out, what do we do with them?
Kill him.
They might just fuck off.
But they might fly out of the cave and attack the camp, which is right here.
They might
I-
attack you, which are standing even righter there.
Yeah.
I don't
so-
know if they can take on a camp full of orcs. They are small little pixies.
Yeah, they're very small. They
Yeah.
are size category tiny.
Yeah.
So they're like a foot tall at most, which is like half the size of Sayuri. That's
Yeah.
the next size category down from small.
So
I mean, I'm down to try blasting them and seeing if that happens.
we can
okay.
try to lay some bombs like right on the top of this. I assume this is where the cave is.
Yeah, we'll say it's right there.
Because I have 2 blasting stones made, which is when the pebble hits a creature or hard surface, it explodes with a deafening bang. A blasting stone deals 2. Here, I'll just.
2d6 sonic damage to the main
Put it in
target
the
and
thing.
2 sonic splash damage. And then each creature within 10 feet has to make a fort save or be deafened until the end of its next turn.
So, like, would 2 of those double all that? Or would I just roll twice for it?
You would just roll twice.
To see how each would, if each worked or not.
Yeah, so you want to go down there and get ready to throw those?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone get yourselves in position.
Get ready. I'm gonna come around like the side here, because I gotta get around almost the frontish. No, that's not.
Where would you want us to? Or
wherever you want to be.
Does this have another map?
It does not have another map. It would be on this map.
Okay. Just trying to figure out.
So we're gonna pretend the cave's like...
Abby, you gonna hide behind the tent?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hold on. So hard to get my character to move.
I'm like, yeah, you can hide in those barrels and stuff there, maybe.
Hide in a barrel.
So do I just do it like a attack? Like,
well, first
strike?
make a stealth check to sneak up.
First stealth check. Okay. Stealth. I've been stealthy. Don't fail me now. Oh my god, I thought that was a 1 at first. 19.
Well, it's a 1 and a 1.
It was yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you seem to be unnoticed, and you get into position. I'll give you a surprise attack, and I'll say you see there is one tooth fairy who is like kind of standing in the middle of the den, and like he has like what looks like a little sword made out of a tooth, and he's kind of, he seems to be the one who is leading them. He may be their leader. He, she, they, it, whatever. You don't know its gender.
Creature.
Should I throw right at that one in the middle and hope it caves in, or should I throw at the top of the cave?
Well, you probably want to damage the creatures.
Right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna throw it right in the middle at that guy then.
Okay, so I'll give you one action, and then we'll get into combat. So go ahead and roll to hit. He is going to be off guard.
Nice, 27.
Oh my gosh. Because he's off guard, that's a critical hit.
Hell yeah. So, I do the critical damage.
Yeah, click the critical button. Time to
Hell
get
yeah, you don't get to do that often.
Critical.
12 and 2 sonic splash.
Okay, so everyone else go ahead and roll for initiative.
All right. Perception initiative.
Yes.
I was finally able to sneak up on it.
Sayuri, you don't have to. We're going to use your stealth check.
I don't like how many dice you're rolling there, Sarah.
I can roll as many dice as I want.
I'm like, how many enemies we fight?
10,000.
I hear some DMs just roll dice to mess with their players, and it's actually nothing.
You'll never know.
I would do that. What was that roll for? Nothing. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know.
So as you throw that, this just huge bang, flashbang goes off in the cave. It rumbles the ground a bit. It does not cave in, but all the tooth fairies swarm out and begin to move into position to attack you. So let me reveal them here.
Did I damage them?
Yes, you did, in fact. And I'm going to roll they need to make a fortitude save. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into combat here. So first up, it is the Tooth Fairy leader's turn. So
And
they
says,
are going
ho,
to...
ho.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Tooth Fairy leader is going to start out by casting a spell. It's going to cast a spell on the first creature it sees, who is Duroc. So Duroc, please go ahead and make me a will save.
Will, got it.
Okay, so a 15 is a failure. So you take 6 points of mental damage
Ah, my brain.
as he casts a spell that shocks your brain for a second. And then it is going to... It's going to fly over to here. Flare, 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 flare. That's its turn. Duroc, it is your turn. See these two big swarms of tooth fairies, and this one with this big ol' you see it now, it's got this like big fang that it has like strapped like a stick onto to make into a big sword. I see
that.
Yeah, this is what it looks like.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Kind of cute, but just wait until they see what they do to you. You see what they do to you, yeah. So they're gonna try.
Would y'all prefer me to go after him or stay near this?
I mean, they are in range of him. And we're in range of these two. So as long as you stay in range of the two, I don't think it...
Let me riddle me this, Batman. What does your character know about swarm?
Riddle me piss, Batman.
Yeah,
True.
because I'm not trying to metagame here, so I'm gonna quiet myself.
Well, I'm sure it's not metagaming to think, wow, there sure are a lot of those. It might be hard to punch them.
Yeah.
True.
What you gonna do, Duroc?
Mountain stance, of course.
Okay, of course.
And then walk up to this dude,
All right.
and
look,
then
punchy punch.
flurry of blows.
26 is a hit.
I would hope so. I know it's small, but like.
All right, 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
No,
Pow.
That was a flurry of blows.
Oh, I'm sorry. 14 does not hit.
Okay.
But you can roll damage and he'll make a fort save. Okay, he rolled a 15 on his fort save, which is not enough. So he becomes stunned one. He takes 8 points of bludge damage. Nice.
And then
That's your whole turn.
is it? Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Stance, move, flurry.
Yeah.
All right, next it is one of the swarm's turns. It is deafened, which means it takes a penalty on perception checks and whatnot. So what it is going to do, it's these two creatures huddled up together. So it's going to fly over onto the spaces of Trizalin and Makiwa.
No! I hate it.
Let's see.
Motherfuckers.
Okay, yeah, so they move over to you, then for their second action, they are going to pinch. So all these little tiny fairies swarm all over you and start using their little pliers to grab any protruding part of your body they can. They pinch your skin, they grab your fingers, they stick one up your nose and pull on it. I need Makiwa and Trizalin to make reflex saves.
I hate this.
That I shall make a reflex save. 21.
21 is a success. You'll take half damage.
28.
28 is also a success. You'll both take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as they kind of batter you with their pliers, and then they're going to do it again for their third action. So make another reflex save,
Christ.
please.
Oh, that's a high one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right.
Only got
15
a
is a
15.
fail. It's not that much damage. Makiwa, another reflex save, please.
And I shall.
Okay, 22 is a success. Trizlin, you take 11 points of damage. Makiwa, you take 5. And that is their turn. Next up, it is the second swarm's turn. They're going to fly over to Duroc.
Oh no, Duroc is invisible.
Then they're going to do the same thing. Two turns of pinch. So please make a reflex save, Duroc. Okay, a 19 is a failure, so you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and then they're going to do it again. So please roll another reflex save. Okay, a 13 is a fail, but they only rolled 5 points of damage, so... And that is their turn. Sayuri.
Okay, well, damn, so they're on top of all of my friends right now. So if I throw bombs right at them, it's gonna hit my friends as well, right at them.
Not if you... Not necessarily, but the splash damage might hit them.
Okay, so
But
it's not like a bomb will
usually
hit.
splash is only like 1 point of damage,
Yeah,
so...
it's tiny. Okay, so I can still bomb. What would I need to look at them and see if we can find any weaknesses or anything?
You would need to do a nature check, and you actually already succeeded on tooth fairies in general. So I will tell you one thing about them is that they like to pull your teeth out. So I'll tell you their actions. They have individual ones have an action called tooth tug. So if they make a pliers strike against you, their next action they can try and pull one of your teeth out. And also, when they are killed, they have a death effect called plaque burst, which basically they explode into disgusting plaque when they're killed.
Oh. So try not to be too close to them, guys.
Mhm.
All right, let me see. Would my face mask protect me from them being able to go into my mouth?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Not mechanically.
it's just claw. Okay.
Yeah, they could
So-
rip through that if they wanted to.
Since I already have this, because I pulled out 2 of my blasting before the encounter, I pulled out 2, but I threw 1. Would I still have one then, or no?
Yeah, you would still have one in hand.
Yeah, I still have the one in my hand. So I'm going to start with throwing that one at the group of them by Duroc, not the individual one. Get that out of my hand.
So that is a miss, but they will take splash damage. So you throw it, and it doesn't hit any of them directly, but it explodes at their feet. Duroc, you're also going to take 2 points of splash.
Okay.
And you see it actually blows some of them like out of the swarm here. It seems to hit like you don't hit any of them directly, but you hit like all of them at once with the splash. So it seemed to be pretty effective.
Nice.
My point earlier with the knowledge check is that you have done a check on tooth fairies in general, but you haven't done them on like the swarm itself.
Okay, so I have 2 actions left. I might draw a sticky algae bomb for next one, and then do that check.
Draw a bomb and then make a nature check, please.
Ooh, 13.
That is a failure. You don't know.
Okay, I don't know. Okay. Try again later, kind of fortune.
Okay, Makiwa, you got tooth fairies on you.
Yeah. I do. A whole swarm of them. So, first thing that I'm going to do, we're going to try what we talked about. Glimpse weakness on the swarm that I'm basically inside of, and I'm going to amp that.
All right, so it does more damage.
Yeah, it'll do more damage when the strike hits.
Great.
And then I'm going to cast my guidance. I'm going to cast guidance on Chislin, because she's the next to go. I'm going to remember that I have that amp point that I can use guidance as a reaction if I want.
Yeah, that's only if the guidance would change the outcome.
Then I'm going to Psy Burst.
Against the swarm?
Yeah, the swarm that I'm inside of.
Okay, so let's see. They get a reflex save. They rolled a 24, so that is a success.
Damn.
So they'll take half damage.
Still damage.
Yeah, so you send a burst of psychic energy at them, and it hits like one of the fairies in the swarm, but most of them are completely untouched by it. So you have one action remaining.
Wanna, like, move?
I did guidance. I did. Oh wait, does the Cyburst, guidance, and glimpse weakness?
Oh, you. I didn't know you did guidance. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
guidance on Chiseling because she's gonna go next.
Trizzy.
It's me. It's me. Hi. What the fuck are these?
You want a knowledge check?
I'm gonna stop metagaming and I'm gonna say yes. Yes, I would like a knowledge check.
Okay, it'd be a nature check.
That's good. I got that.
Okay.
I thought we already learned.
Sayuri learned about like normal tooth fairies, but not about the swarms.
Yeah.
They're technically considered a different creature.
Alright.
Okay, let me roll for that.
Oh, natty 18 for a 25. That's a success. So, what do you want to know about tooth fairy swarms?
Defenses, like, what's the best way to smack that shit up?
Okay, so they have a number of defensive traits. They are immune to, actually, I think their deafness wore off, so they're not immune to auditory anymore. They are immune to grabbed condition, precision damage, prone, restrained, and they have the swarm mind condition or ability, which means that they are immune to mental effects that target a specific creature, but not against mental effects that target all creatures in an area. They have weaknesses. They're weak to area damage. They have a weakness 5 to area damage, which means like area of effect spells. Weakness 5 to cold iron, and weakness 5 to splash damage. They have resistances. They have resistance 2 to bludgeoning, resistance 5 to piercing, and resistance 5 to slashing. So they're fairly resistant against physical attacks, pretty standard for a swarm, but they are weak to area damage and splash damage, being a swarm, and also they're weak to cold iron for being fey.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to be useful for me.
Well, now you know.
Well, gonna be mostly on Sayuri to do damage while I halt this thing and y'all to, I guess, support.
Yeah, you'll probably want to support. So get your song up and all that stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my performance check then for that.
Okay.
Blah. Oops, I meant to put 2 more on that. That should be 2 higher.
A 29, that's a critical success.
Okay, I was just making sure I got my crit. I paid money for those extra points. What? I did.
You did, yeah. It's all right.
Okay.
And you have 1 action remaining.
I'm gonna fucking walk out of this goddamn storm.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna go. Right. What is this thing?
What thing?
This over here.
It's a rug on the ground, some furs on the
Okay.
ground. You can stand
How far
on
was
it.
that? How far was that? Was that here?
5, 15, 20 feet.
Okay, that's a good amount then. I'm gonna stand here, and that's my turn. See, if
Okay.
we spread, there's only 2 swarms, so if we spread out, it'll make it harder for them.
Mhm.
Is my thought process.
Yes, indeed. Swarms do best when you guys are bunched up, because then they can hit multiple of you at once. Top of round 2, it is the Tooth Fairy leader's turn. He loses 1 action for being stunned, so he only has 2 actions this turn.
What are you going to do, my friend?
He is going to try to slash at you with his tusk blade.
Ooh.
So he swings with the tusk blade with 2 hands. It's an 18 to hit.
Misses.
Misses.
The guy in the back's like, "That's my tooth."
Somebody
Oh.
looking on, it's like, that's where my tusk went.
What's the size of this Tooth Fairy? Is it
Tiny.
bigger? Okay.
They're each tiny. The swarm is a large swarm of tiny creatures.
Okay.
And then I think he's just going to swing again for his second action.
You got it, dude. You can hit me. Oh, no.
Oh,
Natural 1.
I'm sorry.
He's just swinging away wildly. He doesn't look like he's particularly well trained with swords. He's just
He just got the tusk blade.
it's almost comical how bad he is at that. That's his turn.
Okay.
Duroc, it's your turn.
I'm gonna do the same thing
Duroc
he did.
is like really sad for this guy. He's like, oh, you poor thing.
But I'm going to move right here.
Okay. I assume you move around them and whatnot. It's fine.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah.
I am 7'3".
Yeah, that's fair. You are like 4 times their size or more.
Yeah. A flurry of blows, stunning.
Your fist
Okay.
is probably bigger than his body.
23 is a hit. 10 is a hit. 10 points of damage. 21 is a hit.
Does Glimp's weakness stay on for the whole turn or just after?
He only Makiwa did Glimpse weakness against the swarm that he's in.
Yes.
Oh, then
Before-
take 1. Well, 1 off from that damage.
Okay. Gets 1 back.
Yeah. And then
I don't think it really matters, but go ahead. Roll your damage for the second one. Okay. He only had 6 hit points left, so you knock him out. You actually hit him so hard that his head swings around and his neck cracks and just falls to the floor. But as you do, he explodes into a burst of disgusting smelling calculus. So each creature in a 5-foot emanation, which is just you, Duroc,
Yeah.
you have to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude.
22 is a success, you're fine. But this just cloud of just nasty mouth smell just explodes into your face, and
Yummy.
the leader explodes into dust.
Then with my last action, I'm gonna do battle medicine.
Okay.
Come on, yeah, buddy. Here we go.
Yeah, 22 is a success. I'm sorry. 23 is a success for 24 healing. I see you already applied it. All right,
Yeah.
that's your turn.
The
Excellent
only
turn.
way I can tell that it was a success is when I hit the treat wounds button, fucking dice just fly across my screen.
So it is the first swarm's turn. They swarm over to you, Duroc. Whoosh. And then second, and then they do 2 pinch attacks.
Yeah.
Pinch, pinch.
So go ahead and make 2 reflex saves for me. Just dice
Okay.
all over the screen.
Failed one, passed. I assume passed one.
Yeah, 27 is a regular success. So you take 8 points of damage, and then 7 halved to 3. And that is their turn. All right, next up is the other swarm. Oops, I did them in the wrong order.
Oh,
That's okay.
well.
well. They delayed a turn.
Yeah. So
They just switched.
because it's starting its turn on top of Makiwa, they do a 3-action activity called Pry. They all swarm onto you, Makiwa, and start just grabbing at your face and trying to pull your mouth apart so that they can pull your teeth out. Go ahead and make a reflex save.
Spider fangs.
They're gonna be surprised at what they find.
Well,
They might be happy with what they find, though.
all right, a 10 is a critical failure.
Oh no, your fangs!
Fortunately for you, there is no crit failure effect. But you are going to take some damage. Okay, you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Word.
And they just like swarm all over your face. They're putting their elbows in your nose, and one of them puts a foot in your eye, and they pry your mouth apart by force, and then they yank a tooth right out of your mouth. So you take that damage. You also are going to take, you start bleeding from the ripped out tooth. You have 2 points of bleed that you will take on your turns.
Okay. Well, I have 1 HP.
Okay, well, you better recover from that bleed or you're going to be dying.
Yeah.
Additionally, you take a -1 status penalty to charisma-based skill checks and must succeed at a DC 5 flat check to cast a spell unless that spell has the subtle trait. It lasts for 1 day or until the stolen tooth is returned and you regain at least 1 hit point.
Gonna get some milk for this.
Yeah.
I wish there was an effect I could put on you for that, but whatever. We'll try to remember that.
Toothless.
All right, that is their turn. Sayuri.
Well, I'm not gonna throw a bomb at the one by Makiwa then, because that splash damage will take you out.
Yeah, hit me. Hit me.
Yeah, Durock's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I'm a little
I can take it.
far though, I think. What's my on my sticky bomb? I think it's only 20.
It's 20 usually
feet.
20
Yeah, I gotta
feet
get
for
close. So I gotta get what 10 feet closer about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just step.
So that's 1, and then I already have this bomb in my hand, so I'm just gonna throw it for the second. 19? Hit? Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, so 19 is a hit.
Because this is a sticky algae bomb, so it's water splash. 15 and 2. Nice.
Sayuri, that's a hit. They take 15 points of
Poison.
damage and they explode.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
You kill them. So Durock,
Fortitude.
yeah, please make another fortitude save.
Yeah, sorry about the grossness there.
Okay.
Yeah, 27, you're fine.
I'm quite
Nice,
sturdy.
Look at you.
You're just covered in tooth gum.
You don't even care.
I'm gonna use it to brush my
Okay,
tusk.
and then I have one more actually. So I'm just gonna draw something else for next round. Let me see what.
Okay, so that is the end of Sayuri's turn.
Okay.
Then, okay.
I'm gonna go down swinging. First, I'm gonna unleash Psyche.
Okay, Makiwa.
Wait, does that happen at the beginning of my turn?
It's just showing you that you have it, is what it's
Okay,
saying.
okay.
Oh.
It's just
so
a
yeah,
reminder.
I unleash my Psyche. I
Oh, it does say
remove
you
my
take it at
cat.
the end of each turn.
Then we're gonna cast Worms Repast.
Yay,
Worms were a present, and
How's that
worms were
work?
future.
Worms
Roll that
are-
damage.
worms
My
are
Psyche
worms.
is unleashed.
Oh.
We went from loving trees to loving worms in this group.
Worms,
Okay,
worms are our friends.
Just need to make a fortitude save. 16, so that is a failure, I think.
Yep.
All right, so they go ahead. They take the full damage, which is 10,
Mm-hmm.
reduced to 5, and then they get worms in them.
Yep. And then Psyburst.
Okay. They get a reflex save,
Do as much as you can do, King.
an 18, which is exactly what they needed. So they take 6 halved to 3, reduced to 1.
Well, that's my turn.
Okay, and then at the end of your turn, you take your bleed.
Well, don't you
And
roll
go ahead.
to see if you
Yeah,
take
roll
it or not?
roll the recovery check as well. No, you roll the recovery check afterwards.
Oh,
So 10,
okay.
you do not recover, and you are unconscious and dying 1.
Oh, no.
Okay, Trizzlin, it is your turn. Makiwa just went down.
Oh no. Shit.
I'm certain you guys can kill this thing before I die.
I don't even know if I have. I have to look because it's been up. This is only the second round of the fucking fight, so all I've done is figure out what some shit they're into, and then fucking cast my love. You died in the second round. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying second round so many times.
Oh, Abby, your guidance wore off because you didn't use
Okay.
it last turn.
Oh shit! I didn't know it was last turn. I thought it was this turn. My bad.
It's fine.
I don't know how to read.
It's okay. Do your turn.
That's the thing is, I don't think I have a single attacking spell. Is the problem?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't have any well, that's the thing. We need shit what's the best thing against a swarm of fairies? Fucking
Burning hands.
fireball.
Yeah.
Or a fireball, yeah. Burning hands,
Yeah.
any of that. I don't got any of
Well,
that shit.
Sayuri. Sayuri.
Sayuri.
Yes.
To be fair, I did do really good at the last one. So I will do what is just as important, and I will cast Soothe, because that is a 30-foot to do.
To do.
I'm gonna cast Soothe, and I'm gonna use it on our fallen
Okay.
comrade.
So go ahead and roll the healing.
Roll high, bitches. Well, I guess
16 points.
it's not
Have
terrible.
something.
So Makiwa, you are no longer dying.
We love that.
You are conscious, but you are prone. You're still bleeding.
Okay, we can live with that. I don't have to be standing to cast any of my spells.
Okay, and then I cast that was 2 turns. My last turn, I'm gonna cast Shield on myself.
Durak.
Yeah, that's me. Can you flank us?
Amazing if you...
Or yes, you can. There's no, as far as I know, there is no particular immunity.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
We'll use Makiwa as a flanking device. Or can you flank when someone's prone?
You can, as long as the person could make an attack against them.
Okay.
Or a melee attack, I mean. Although Makiwa has to be on the opposite side of the creature. It can't be within...
Oh.
Yeah. Yep, they're pretty tough. I mean, you can still punch them.
Yeah.
They are less resistant to bludgeoning than they are to the other physical damages.
I am going to flurry of blows.
Alright, an 18 is a hit. So go ahead and roll the damage on that.
And this is what he has glimpse of weakness on.
Yeah, but they're immune to precision damage.
Uh,
So I'll take that effect off. Natural 1.
Nice. Here.
So
Okay,
let me
stun
double
3.
check. I don't think it has the mental trait, does it? Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like it. So they are stunned 3 on a critical failure.
There we go.
So they lose their entire next turn, which is right now.
Good.
They're stunned.
Okay.
Oh, they also take
it's
the
my
persistent damage from the worms.
turn. It's still my turn.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I keep forgetting that's not your whole turn. So you
Yeah.
move. You have 1 action remaining. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
Well.
you missed, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they take no damage from the worms. They recover from the worms. Sayuri, it's your turn.
So Makiwa, what would happen if you got hit by a grenade right now? Like, splash.
I mean, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
fine?
got some hit points.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna throw the grenade that's already in my hand from pulling last time at obviously the last
As
person
long as
here.
it's not a vitality one.
Well,
No, it's a cactus grenade.
no, he's not. He doesn't take vitality damage. He's just immune to vitality healing.
Oh, I thought he took damage.
No,
I thought
it's
so
not
too.
actually undead. Yeah, critical hit.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, crit. Let's do this. The cactus bomb's not failing me.
Okay, 15 points of precision, and you destroy the swarm of, or not of piercing. You destroy the swarm, and they explode into plaque. So I need Makiwa to make a fortitude save.
That I shall.
Oh, and Duroc, I'm sorry.
Fortitude, 18.
Actually, hold on, it's a 15-foot emanation.
Oh.
I mean, it's
So
I
yeah,
don't think any of us were
Duroc
close
and
enough to the
Sayuri.
last ones, but this one would be,
Yeah, so Sayuri,
that's
please
cool.
also make a fortitude save.
fortitude on it. I'm an expert at fortitude.
I don't think it's gonna
I
be
say
too
as I then
detrimental.
roll a...
Okay, so everyone failed. So you are
Nice.
each sickened 1.
And this isn't airborne, I'm assuming.
Fine.
It
Even
doesn't
though
have
it's
any traits
flying
on it.
Through the air, okay. I just have a +1 bonus on saves for airborne.
Well, it wouldn't matter, because the DC was much higher than 14.
Cool.
So they are dead. And
You're dead.
as you are celebrating from destroying the creatures, you actually see that another group of tooth fairies
Oh, shit.
flies up.
No.
And you see, and they're all shouting and chanting, and they say, "The Sizers are dead! The Sizers are dead!" And they are chanting and also celebrating, and they make rude gestures in the direction of their fallen kin. Well, I say kin.
Can I
They're probably not
can I-
related, but
can I question them about that, knowing Fae? Does it matter? Can I get knowledge from anything from them?
well, they're going to attack you, so
Oh, so
They are
no.
hostile.
I can't like diplomatically calm them down. Damn.
so
yeah. Do we
how
roll
many
again, or
actions
we
you
use our
got
last?
left? So it's
Me?
still the
2.
same moment. So okay, so you got 2 actions left.
Yeah.
What you want to do?
I just threw a bomb. Where are they out yet? Oh,
Yeah, to
out
the
here,
south.
in the middle. I see them. Okay. Well, I get closer because I can't reach them from there. How close? Yeah, I'm gonna come up next to Makiwa here, or actually no. I'm gonna take the max advantage. I can go. Let me make sure I'm within. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go stand next to Duroc here so I can hit them both.
Okay.
I'll pull out another grenade for next time.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Grenade, move, grenade. Grenade, move, draw, I should say.
Drop,
All right.
yes.
Makiwa, it's your turn.
It is. So now, I'm going to do a standard sort of psychic turn. We're going to... my Psyche's Unleashed still for one more round. We're going to Psyburst.
Okay. On
At the...
closest
that's a good
one,
question.
the closest swarm?
Swarm, yeah.
Okay. Make them a reflex save. They got exactly a 17. So they take half
Oof.
damage. 8 half to 4, reduced to 2. And then you got 2 actions left
And I use those 2 actions to Void Warp.
on the same target.
The same target, yes.
Okay, so they gotta make a fort save. Natural 2. That is a critical failure.
Oh.
So that's none.
No, they
None
got
damage
a
left to
critical
be-
failure.
Oh, they critically
Oh.
failed.
So they'll take
I see.
double damage.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah.
So that's 20 points of damage. And they are
Nice.
enfeebled 1 until the start of your next turn.
Good.
Heck yeah.
Nice. Trizzy. Oh, you also take 2 more points of bleed. Go ahead and roll your recovery check.
Nice. They're near death. Maybe Trislan can even take him out.
Failure.
Oh.
No recovery. Okay,
I got
Trizlin,
none
it's
for
your
that.
turn.
I don't have anything that's useful.
I mean,
Is
you
there
can
another
always
tiny
attack.
one there?
Yeah, there's another leader.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. He's so tiny.
Yeah.
What are they
Oh,
immune to?
leader, you
again?
so small. You're so small, can't see you at all.
True.
The swarms have immunity to grab, precision damage, prone, restrained, and single target mental effects. They have resistance 2 to bludgeoning, 5 to piercing, and 5 to slashing. and they have weakness 5 to area damage, cold iron, and splash damage.
I mean, you could use Force Barrage. You did get that recently, didn't you?
That's on the drums,
Yeah.
which don't have any charges on them.
Oh.
So what would be my best options here then?
You could attack them if you want. You could attack the leader, who
With
doesn't
what?
have those immunities. Telekinetic projectile is a good one.
Yeah, okay.
Or you can Sanctuary yourself if you.
You could, yeah.
Sanctuary. What's Shoe Strike again? What is that?
It basically makes the. That's also on the drums, which she doesn't have charges for.
Oh, I thought she chose that originally.
No, you could do Sanctuary, though. It's up to you. Yeah, I mean, you can... I would say if you're concerned about resistances, go and attack the leader, because he doesn't have any resistances.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do projectile.
Okay. On the leader?
Yeah, it's a... How far away is the leader? Oh, he's just over the course. Okay.
5, 10, 15 feet.
I'm gonna do slashing, because, I don't know, slashing's been good to me today.
Okay.
Never mind. Okay, and then I'm gonna move.
Where would you like to move?
I wouldn't bunch up.
There, over there.
Okay. Alright, next up it is the swarm in the back's turn. It has... how much speed does it have? Fly 40. So it's going to fly right up here.
Is it 2 actions?
That's 1 action.
Is it? No.
Yeah, because it has a fly speed of 40 feet.
Maybe I need some wings.
Yeah, and then for its second and third action, it's going to pinch at Duroc and Sayuri. So I need each of you to make 2 reflex saves. Okay, so on the first one, this is so messy, but
Yeah, we should.
on the first one, it's fine. The first one, you both fail, so you each take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Then on the second one, Duroc, you fail, but Sayuri, you succeed. So Duroc, you take 7 points of damage, and Sayuri, you take 3 points of damage. That's their turn. Next up, it is the second swarm's turn, and they disperse. They fly away because they were injured. Top of round 4, Duroc, it is your turn.
I'm going to try to rally the orcs.
Okay.
Brothers and sisters, these are the ones that are taking our tusks. Rally to us and let's retrieve our tusks back from these foul fae that wish to take our honor from us.
Okay. Make a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy.
I'm like looking around, nodding at them, like, yeah.
My diplomacy is -2.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not trained. I have a -1 in the charisma.
Can any of us go like, yeah, and help you?
Oh.
Nobody even hears you. Sayuri doesn't even hear you.
Oh no.
Is that talking's not a turn, is it?
Talking, I will say that's not an action.
Okay.
Just go ahead with your turn.
Move right here. Try to vomit.
Oh yeah, you are nauseated, so
Yeah.
spend an action retching, so take another fortitude save. You're good. You're no longer sickened.
And then flurry of blows.
Alright. 29 is a critical hit. 16 is a miss. So roll the crit damage. Alright, 26 points of bludgeoning, and then he makes a fort save. Just barely succeeds.
Damn.
But you did a lot of damage to him. He's hurting. And it is his turn next. And he says, that hurt! Me no stupid! Me live another day! And he flies away. Sayuri, it's your turn.
That's rude.
Only Sayuri understands what he says, though, I think. Unless anyone else speaks
I
Fae.
don't speak Fae.
Just screeches for them and leaves.
Alright, Sayuri, it's your turn.
Bomb yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just
actually,
trying to decide.
Relts,
Just like break it on your own chest.
try to vomit first. You don't want that debuff on you.
Oh.
Yeah, so because you are sickened, you can spend an action retching to get another save against the effect.
Now say probably use your hero point if you fail it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay,
That's exactly
so go ahead and
what-
make a fortitude save.
which I am an expert in.
Oh. 13 is not going to do it.
So I'm gonna redo that.
Okay,
No,
use your hero point.
Don't add, remove. There we go. Be more fortitudinal now.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
Natural 1.
fuck me.
So nothing happens.
Explode yourself.
So I'm sick. Cool. And that was just one. Was that one action?
Yeah.
Or none? One. Okay. So I.
At least the anthem counteracts it.
For my twig jack sack, the persistent bleed damage for this would only be on the one it hits, not the splash people, right?
Listed piercing damage, persistent bleed damage, and it's a bomb, so if you hit the swarm, you hit all of them, I guess.
No, I mean like us. Like me and Makiwa from Splash won't get the persistent bleed, though.
So I think the way it works is Splash is in a 5-foot radius, and you're essentially targeting the center of the creature. So the 5-foot radius is the creature's entire its entire space, so you would not hit them.
Because I'm within it. Okay. I make a twig jack sack. And then throw that. So I'm one less versatile vial.
Nice sack.
Thank you.
Oh, I just realized something. If you hit
What's
a
up?
creature with a splash weapon on a success, it also takes the splash damage.
Yeah.
See, in 1E, it didn't work that way.
Oh, were you not?
Yeah, in 1E, the splash damage from bombs only applied to creatures not hit by the main bomb. So I just looked up the description of the splash trait. It says a splash weapon or effect deals any listed splash damage to the target on a failure, success, or critical success, and to all other creatures within 5 feet of the target on a success or critical success.
So they should be getting the extra splash even when it does hit, not only when it misses.
Yes,
Okay.
that's good to know because they are weak to splash damage.
Yeah.
So
good
if
to
you
know.
hit them, they'll take full primary and splash damage.
And
That is what I will be doing right now. Hitting them with the twig jack sack. Ooh, nice.
Hey.
Okay, 25 is a hit. Unfortunately, you will
It's just
take
regular.
splash damage because you're within 5
Yeah.
feet, but that's fine.
That's
Go ahead and roll
fine.
damage.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Ooh, well, you're really fine.
Damn.
It's 3 piercing, 1 persistent bleed, and 1 splash. So
Addison, don't do
1
that.
splash piercing. You take the splash, but you don't get any. You just take 1 point of damage, and then they
Yeah.
take the splash, but they're weak to it. Why does it say it takes? Oh, because it's piercing. They're weak to splash, but resistant to piercing, so it cancels out. But that happens. They do take some persistent bleed, so
With that knowledge,
Yeah, that was
I would
more of
say
the-
you should go real hard into bombing.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's Sayuri's whole turn, right?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's
Great,
all of it.
Makiwa.
'Tis I. I am stupefied.
The stupidest
Strange druid that's laying on the ground.
I'm gonna do the same thing basically. I'm gonna Cyburst. Choom.
Let's see. I think you might have to make a flat check.
I think I do.
Nope, you don't. It's only when you cast a spell. Cyburst isn't a spell.
Okay, so I will soon have to.
Yeah.
But not this time.
Alright, so they get a reflex save. They are pretty reflexive. Yeah, they got a 26, which
Alright.
is just almost a critical success, but not quite. So they'll take half damage. 6, half to 3, reduced to 1. So you got an 8 on the flat check, so you're good.
Oh, I don't need to
And
roll
so-
the save. I need to roll
You
the
don't.
damage.
They do need to roll the save. They're not terribly fortitudinous. They got a 15, so they fail their fortitude save. So they take 4 points of void damage. That's pretty bad. In fact, I think that's minimum damage. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
3d4 plus 1, so 4 is the lowest.
So,
yeah.
and then you're going to take 2 more points of bleed. And
And
go
I'm
ahead and
gonna
roll
try
your
to
recovery
recover.
check.
Nope.
10 does not do it. Trizzlin, it's your turn.
Mokiwa needs to figure out why he's not blood clotting.
It's because his mouth is gushing blood. You're just like spitting it out of your mouth.
It's okay. We can put the plat into your mouth to like as like cotton.
See, I have enzymes in my mouth that stop the clotting because I'm a vampire.
Yeah. The whole maggot medieval theory.
I mean,
Or not really a theory, it worked, didn't it?
what was it again that they were immune to? I'm really bad at remembering.
They're
Piercing.
Uh,
Bludgeoning.
no, they're not. They're resistant to those.
Oh.
They're immune to grab, restrained, precision, prone,
Precision.
and single target mind affecting.
And they're resistant to what?
Discrete target. They're resistant. Bludgeoning 2, piercing 5, slashing 5. So they're
So the
slightly
lowest one
less
is
resistant.
to bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. Yeah, they're
Okay.
slightly less resistant to bludgeoning.
My piercing didn't work because it was shit.
I was just saying, we might as well just be back up.
I'm gonna cast telekinetic projectile. I'm gonna
Okay.
choose bludgeoning since it's has the
Roll the
slowest for
attack.
resistance.
15 does
Eh.
not hit, unfortunately. So-
Shield.
It is... I'm sorry, you have one more action.
Well, my shield just disappeared. Why does my
you
shield keep disappearing?
You shielding? There you go. Alright, so it is the swarm's turn. Because they have someone in their swarm, they are going to use the 3-action activity Pry. So, Sayuri, please make a reflex save.
Hopefully I'm too tiny for them to get in my mouth. No! That wasn't
12 is a
great.
failure. So you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as they batter you in the face and force your mouth open and then rip out one of your teeth. And you also take... you have 2 bleed now.
Man, I
and
should've
you
had
also
an
have
iron
that penalty
face
to
mask.
charisma checks. Because you got a tooth missing.
Oh, that's great.
And that is their turn. Duroc, it's your turn. And they
Can I
take
make another
1 point of
diplomacy
bleed.
check?
You can try.
All right. Well, let me back up before I can yell very loudly. Did losing your tusk take your honor from you? That you can't even fight little fairies?
Okay,
You
make a
Come
intimidation
and take
check.
your honor back. Is it intimidation?
Yes.
Sorry,
Well,
I had to think. of what I was
Intimidation
gonna
or
say.
diplomacy, whichever is more applicable to what you're trying to say.
Fuck. I suck.
Everyone is looking at you, but they're hesitant to come fight because this is kind of
Fucking-
scary.
I'm gonna stride up and
Okay. Now you are flanking it.
I'm going to battle medicine this little thing next to me and fail. And then stunning blows.
24 is a hit. 23 is a hit. Okay, 5 points of damage, reduced to 3. 8 points of damage, reduced to 6.
All right.
And then they
Make
gotta
their-
make a fort save.
Yep.
They're not particularly fortitudinous. They fail, so they're stunned 1.
Okay.
Sayuri.
Trying to see if this life shot will help me with the sickened.
It doesn't. It just,
It doesn't. Okay. Because it says it.
it's
it
just
gives
healing
you
and it
plus
gives you...
1 item bonuses to saving throws against diseases and poisons. It's
This
not
is
disease.
neither.
Okay. Damn.
It's just grossed outness.
So
yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
just
try
a really
I'm gonna
bad
try-
smell.
I'm gonna try to throw up, I guess, again.
Okay.
And get rid of it. It was my fortitude that I roll.
Yes. Yeah, because this is
So
this is
let's
affecting you physically.
There you go.
23?
23 is a success. You are no longer sickened.
Good.
I would get out of
Yes.
there.
Yes, I am gonna get out of there, but what? Do I have something that would stop my bleed now that I'm no longer throwing up?
The best thing to do is if anyone can do this. It's called administer first aid. Basically, you make a medicine check against the DC of the effect that gave you bleed. Though if you're not trained in medicine, that's going to be a hard DC to hit. So it's up to you.
No, I'm just gonna just gonna kill these people. So I have 2 more left. I have a cactus grenade in my hand still, because I never threw that one. So I'm gonna throw that one to start.
All right, a 16. They're actually not off guard to you because you're inside their swarm. So 16 is not a hit, but they will take splash damage. So they take 1 point of splash damage.
Did I take 2? I thought they were weak to splash.
They are, but the damage is piercing, which they're also resistant
okay.
to, and an equal
Gotcha.
amount to the amount they're weak to splash. So, I think that's your turn, Sayuri.
I have 1 more left.
Okay.
Because I threw up. I had that in my hand. I threw it.
Well, you're going to want to move out of the swarm.
Yeah.
And then at the end of your turn, you take bleed damage. So you take 2 points of bleed, and go ahead and roll your recovery check.
Oh, no.
You do not
that's
recover.
Not good at all. No.
Okay, Makiwa, it is your turn.
And this is only my second turn being stupefied, I'm pretty sure. So this...
Okay.
I'm still stupefied.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So we're going to do the same thing again. Psyburst on the swarm.
Okay. Reflex. Natural 1. So they take double damage. Alright. 4 doubled to 8, reduced to 6.
Alright, and then we're going to use Void Warp.
Okay, they get a fort save.
And wait, I have to do a flat check.
You pass the
I
flat
succeed.
check. And they succeed at their saving throw, so they'll take half damage. Okay, 8 halved to 4. And they are killed. They explode into a burst of plaque. So go ahead and make Makiwa make a fortitude save.
Damn. Did I get out far enough away from
Let's
that to get
find
away
out.
from that?
Yes.
Oh,
So it's just
Am
Durak
I-
and Makiwa.
Should I already be sickened?
Oh, if you're already sickened, then you're immune.
Well, I don't know if I should be.
I don't
Well, I'm
remember.
already sickened.
Yeah, so Durak, you succeeded, so you're fine. All right, and so all of the tooth fairies have either fled or been dispatched. So right now,
nice.
we are still in initiative order because some of you are bleeding. And so that ends Makiwa's turn. You take 2 points of bleed. Make your recovery check.
Ha!
Oh, wow.
Nope. All right, Trizzlin, it's your turn.
Would a soothe make them stop bleeding?
No.
No, but it helps the save of it, I think.
It
Or is that the mental saves?
no, it's mental.
Mental.
It will give them more hit points, so it'll give them more time to recover. But the thing that you need to do to help them, or that someone needs to do to help them, is to do the administer first aid action,
I was going to say that as well. That was going to be my next
which
one.
is a untrained medicine check against the DC of the effect that gave them the bleed.
My medicine is low, but I'll try.
Yeah, so it's 2 actions to do that, so you'd have to walk up and then spend 2 actions to administer first aid.
I can try to do Sayuri. You can... He has a lot more health.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll a medicine check.
There you go.
Oh,
I rolled a
Natural 20.
There you go.
Yeah, well, you
Killed
almost
it.
had to, because the DC was 20. So,
Oh,
Makiwa, you
cute.
are no longer bleeding.
Nice.
Next
That's
is
all the
Durak's
nat 20 I
turn.
had left in me.
Yeah, just make a medicine check. 16 is not enough.
Yeah.
We just said it
Sayuri,
was
it's your
twice.
turn.
I assume I do one on myself then?
You can, yeah. You don't have to be
I don't
trained.
have anything to stop it. No.
So that's a
Horrible.
critical failure, which means that you immediately take your bleed damage again. So you take another 2
Oh.
points of damage.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, she was going to take it on her
I'm
turn
out.
anyway.
I'm dead.
All
I
right.
took red damage.
You have one more action left.
Yeah, I don't think
If you want to just skip ahead, then we can
Takes an
This
and.
skip
won't
ahead
do
to
shit.
Durox.
right?
Um,
Like healing, it won't do shit.
It will.
That's all I got.
That will
Couldn't we
give you
just-
1 hit point per round.
Shouldn't we
I'm
just,
drinking it.
Shouldn't
That's it. That's my turn.
we just end combat and have me just...
Yeah, I mean, we can skip ahead to
Infinitely-
Durox next turn if you want to. If
So
no one
I'm
else
just
wants to
still
do
bleeding.
anything.
Because I could just treat wounds until the duration
Yeah.
of her bleeding's done.
Is that... Well, the bleed doesn't have a duration. It lasts
not?
until it's stopped.
Oh,
So you have
Yeah.
to administer first aid to stop it.
okay.
You're like trying to put a
Um,
tourniquet on an open bleed source, and nobody's doing it right.
Yeah. So let's just skip ahead to Durok's next turn. So Durok, go ahead and roll another medicine check.
Because I can treat my own wounds if we get out of battle, too. I have treat wounds.
26 is a success, so you're good, Sayuri. You are saved.
Yay!
And that, I think, is where we're going to end for today. That was a very long
Yeah.
session, but you guys did great. I had a lot of fun. And I just want to say one last thing before we end here. You all level up.
Nice.
Yay! Level 4!
So, next time, go ahead and level up your characters between sessions. And then next time, we will start Chapter 2 of Triumph of the Tusk.
I hate tooth fairies. I'm just gonna say.
There we go. 64 health. Let's go.
All right.
And I'm assuming we're going to start the next one, like, rested and everything as usual, so we can do that now.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out and watched this on Twitch, even though Twitch was not working for whatever reason. I want to thank everyone who's watching in the future on YouTube or wherever this episode is being posted. I want to thank all my lovely co-cast here for coming out, playing this game with me, making some
Especially
cool
me.
characters. Especially Abby, because Abby's the best.
Hey, I did phenomenal today. So
You did great, honey. Everyone did fantastic.
I killed 2 guys by myself.
Yeah, and last thing I want to say is read my book, or I will come to your house and I will force you to read it.
Yeah.
You already do that to me.
I do. All right. Bye, everyone.
She reads it to me and holds my ears open.